You just,
You know,
I like it. It looks good on you.
I can tell you how I get dressed.
Oh,
I don't think about it.
that part.
Yeah. I have so when I was married, my husband gifted me a beautiful walk-in closet.
Oh, nice.
It was a bedroom completely turned into a boutique.
Oh, nice.
Okay. I miss that closet.
Y'all just use the hell out of us all day, every day. Then y'all dump us.
Yeah, well,
Then y'all get another man
I did.
to walk in that same closet
No, I didn't. I left the house.
or
But
sell it.
anyway, let me tell you about the closet. The closet was it was outfitted with plenty of hanging space, plenty of. I made the mirror with the light around it. I did
Yes.
that, and I had this beautiful
You did it or he did it?
chair. It was already done when I arrived because I left him and went back to him. Yeah, I left him and then we got back together. So when I came back, that closet was there and we called it La La Land. No one was allowed in it except me. And it was gorgeous. It was pink. It was white. It was lace.
Really?
It was gorgeous. And and the way that I got dressed was I was like walking into a boutique. Do. I had shopping bags in there from different designers, and I would just pick something and throw something together and wear it. That's how I and now I'm back in my small Cracker Jack home
Uh-huh.
because I left him and I left the house because it was a family heir. He was the heir to this house, I should say, and I didn't want to fight him over it. Okay, that's remember I'm a boy mom. And I truly do look out for my men.
I love
Okay,
that.
that's how I am. And that was his family house. So I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, you would have been way out of pocket
right.
with that.
No, I wouldn't have. I
I
would
would-
have
I
been
would have had to put
well
you in the
within my
headlock.
rights. I would have been well within my rights, but I went ahead and gave him the house.
Thanks for not being selfish. Some selfish, blase chick.
Yeah, don't let's
do
not
some
talk
stuff like
about it
that.
because I don't want to think about it. But here's the thing. I miss that closet. I miss that closet. But the way that I get dressed even now is the same thing. I will reach, I'll look, I'll stand back, and I'll grab a dress, a top, a pair of pants, a shorts, or whatever, and then I'll grab a pair of shoes that don't even exactly match. I don't like my shoes matching my clothes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you yesterday you were matching, and today you're matching.
Yeah, well, it looks like it.
Yeah. Well, you look
Thank
like
you.
a black Barbie doll,
Thank you.
a beautiful black Barbie doll.
Hey, you know,
You've been rocking that, the complexion, and you were telling us you had issues with your lips and your color when you were a young girl.
Yes.
No one reinforced
no, they reinforced the fact that I was too dark and my lips were too big.
that. Is they were too young to understand.
Yeah.
And now they appreciate, and they're chasing you from one end of the earth to the other.
Well, it's a compliment quite often. Yes, my favorite feature about myself, if I were to be physical about it, are my eyes. I've always loved my eyes.
Really?
Yeah, I've always loved my eyes. And they, when I was younger, they were much more slanted.
Okay.
Now the gravity's setting in, you know.
Okay.
But yeah,
Your,
that's
your eyes pretty normal to me.
yeah, they're normal, but I just like them. Yeah,
Okay.
I do. All right.
Are you the only one that like them? Because I'm sure you never get compliments on them.
No, I'm not the only one, Ken.
I wouldn't compliment you on your eyes.
I really don't care.
I'm barely complimenting you as
I
we
know,
speak.
I know,
But I'm giving you
really.
a compliment.
I know,
I say
right?
you look like a beautiful black Barbie
I appreciate it.
queen.
Why Barbie? Where the black
Okay,
dolls at?
well, Bathsheba, Queen Bathsheba.
Something. Yeah, give me something black.
Queen Nzinga.
Yeah, come on.
Queen Cleopatra.
Yes, come on.
Et cetera and so forth.
Well, we already have a Cleopatra here.
Yes, right. She's the other queen.
So I'm just Queen LaDonna.
Queen LaDonna Raeh.
But on another note, I was hoping that Layla Batiste was joining us with some updates.
That'd be real cool.
Yeah, she'll probably run over here, but they've got her doing some really important work when it comes to Midway Broadcasting, WVON, WRLL, and the like. But we have
She's a sharp sister.
she's very sharp, and I tell you what,
I'm happy we have her.
you wanted to know what the response was to what she said. Those of you that were listening yesterday, by the way, if you're on Facebook Live, please share the show and comment because we read each and every last one of them. You can give us a call at 773-591-1690, and you can talk about whatever you like.
But don't say that.
Oh yeah, bring it. I want to hear it. Yesterday we were talking about the Nolan Wells case and how there are racial undertones.
And we're not going to let that case die.
No. That wasn't it. We had a caller that called in and specifically said that it's not a racial issue. Leave it at that. And Layla Batiste got on, and I wish we had the clip from yesterday, and maybe we'll play it later in down.
Her response.
Yeah, it was a mic drop, and
Yes.
and unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, I've heard comments that said that our young people are expressing what they've heard and not what they feel. I fought tooth and nail against that because that is what creates this generational divide in the first place. Older people are telling young people that they don't know what they're talking about. You don't know how you feel.
Well, that's wrong.
That's wrong, right? My mother told me when I was about, I don't know, 20, right? She said, "You cannot tell me how to feel." She was right. No one can tell you how to feel. I think about how people grieve, how people show joy, happiness, sadness, how they show
Vulnerability.
intimidation,
Yeah.
vulnerability. Everyone acts different. But there's a general expectation of how people should grieve, how people should express themselves in any given situation.
Well, who sets that standard?
You know who sets that
Is it
standard?
cultural?
Who has
Is it
set that standard?
American? Is it
I like
male,
that.
female?
I like that. Cultural would be a great way of referencing who sets that standard, but that setting of the standard is not the measuring stick because there's no one size fits all. Let's go to break on time today. We're going to
Yeah,
go to
'cause
traffic and
yesterday
weather.
It was like not
I
happening.
know. It was like, oh, break. We got Art hanging on the line. Art, hang right there. I can't wait to come to you, sir.
Because Art, yes, yes, Art, you need to come back on this, brother.
Baby, come back. Let's play that. We'll be right back, guys. Traffic and weather right here on the afternoon show. We'll be back.
More from Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh coming up on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Chicago officially has the worst traffic in the country. Get out of gridlock with Metra. With our 95% on-time rate, we eliminate the stress of driving and get you where you're going quickly, comfortably, and safely. Metra. Drive less. Do more.
3 days, 3 phenomenal women, award-winning commentator Joy Reid, and the ultimate it girl Keke Palmer, and gospel's best Leandria Johnson, only at the Black Women's Expo, Friday, July 31st through Sunday, August 2nd at McCormick Place. Plus, live entertainment from the main stage featuring American Idol's Keela Richardson and the Los Angeles-based duo Shakespeare blending R&B, soul and pop, a house music party with DJ Celeste Alexander, and much more. Community, beauty, wellness, food, family fun, powerful conversations, and shopping all in one place. Half price adult tickets at all Walgreens locations. Sponsored by University of Chicago Medicine, Humana, City Colleges of Chicago, Rush University Medical Center, and Vive Healthcare. Check out the lineup at www.bwenext.com for more details.
Get your outfits, grab your crew, and get on board with the Me Plus 3 special starting at $1,000 per person. This time, join the Foundation Fantastic Voyage 2025 cruise will be fun, entertaining, and this will be a once-in-a-lifetime event with seminars, fitness workouts, parades, concerts, and much more starting at $1,000. Call 214-495-1963 to book your Me Plus 3 cabin. Prices are based on 4 passengers in the cabin, so book today while they last and before cabins are sold out.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T.
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text LION to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text LION to 42424. That's LION to 42424.
It's Rufus Williams.
Chris, good morning. Welcome to VON.
Ain't no jive on the morning drive with Rufus Williams. Thank you, brother.
Weekdays at 7 a.m. on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
This report is brought to you by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Now back to Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
All right, guys. The afternoon show. Woo! We asked, and she showed up. I tell you what, Dr. LaDonna Raeh is in the building, and of course, former state rep Ken Dunkin. Ken, I need to call you something. I don't like former. Can I still say state rep like we say president?
Absolutely.
Let me say that. Okay, I feel
when you say President Obama, you say
I do say President Obama. Did you see the post that I put out about you?
No.
On my Facebook?
No.
Okay. Well, guys, you have to go to LaDonna Raeh to see the post that I spoke about Ken. Don't tell him I told you.
I'll check it out.
But yeah, those of you that are listening, make sure you share the show on Facebook Live. We got Art and Angel on the line, but we also have Layla Batiste in the building. And in a minute, we're going to play the clip that she had from yesterday. So I'm going to pick up one of our callers before we do that. And then we'll go to the clip, and then we'll give a chance to respond.
Or should we...
Angel, you're live on VON.
I was just about to say, we got to bring Angel because he's my friend, and he really knows what he's talking about.
Where's Angel?
A lot of times.
Yeah, one
there
day,
you are. Start over.
I cannot wait to meet you, Mr. Duncan. Seriously.
Well, right on, my brother. Looking forward.
I live in the 31st Ward, Felix Cardona's ward. Okay. And I'm going to tell you something, to be honest with you. I see a lot of work out here. And you know what? To be honest with you, all Latino, no blacks. Not one. I haven't seen one black person out here working construction. And I think most of it is private companies. But I swear to you, you can go to Cicero, Fullerton, on Fullerton, all of it. I get mixed up. Pulaski. They're doing sidewalks, side streets, whatever. I swear to you, I don't see one black person out here.
No, you won't.
So I don't know what percentage. I don't know what percentage of contracts the blacks get in Chicago. But it's time to investigate and find out where that money's going. And I'd like to just say, I went to Susan Mendoza's event 2 weeks ago, and tonight I'm going to that girl, Diana Carter Walter, whatever her name is, because I'd like to see different candidates and who's running for mayor. But that's the type of person I am. But petitions came out today. But I swear to you, there's no blacks out here working.
Well, that's because you're talking about on construction. I mean, we only get less than 4% of the contracts.
Well, oh my! Why we've been talking about the contracts for the blacks in Chicago. I've been calling the station all the time. What's going on? 4%? When Harold Washington was mayor, if I don't remember correctly, I think the black community got 32%.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. But those numbers have changed, and the primes have changed also.
Yeah, so I can speak on that in this sense. I have been having an open conversation since 2002 when I was elected up until 2017. It is, if you know the history of unions, you'll know their intention was to make sure that blacks were isolated out of the trades, carpentry, ironworking, bricklaying, plumbing, electricity. As a matter of fact, if you did not have a black man or a woman for you, from your tailor, your seamstress, to a blacksmith, to doing any level of construction, you had inferior labor or service. And the unions were formed, and it was intentional and very open that we're going to form these unions to isolate and ixnay black talent, thorough talent, who taught the immigrants who came here with very, very limited skill set, because we had, 300 years already of building the country before they opened the floodgates for European immigrants, so-called immigrants, right? And so the unions are living out their dream. They're in their glory. I'm speaking of the trade unions in particular. So it's no surprise, it's no shock. And right now, lower wage Mexicans, etc., are the labor du jour.
Yeah, but what happens when they get deported? Because that's going to cause an effect on who's out there doing the work. That's going to be a deficit.
That's not our issue. If you're here legally, you're here legally. If you're here illegally, that is not a foundational Black Americans issue. My point is, to justify, or to have to him be clear about why we're not on these work sites is because these white developers are very intentional about who they want. And if you look at the bench of a lot of these unions, from HVAC to
it's not just
labor,
the unions; it's the procurement officers.
It is. It's well, we're on unions right now.
Yeah, okay.
The
well,
unions
it's not them only.
have an atrocious record of keeping up their promise of keeping black men and women out of the trades. They just replaced it. That's why they were formed in the first place. And so that's why I'm a major proponent of anybody having the right to work. And that's a bad word. This should be a right to work state. You'll see prices drop down at a real competitive rate, other than the gouging that goes on at McCormick Place, at all of these trades, at these construction sites. Overpriced with good labor because they were trained by black tradesmen. You know, the unfairness is real.
All right, cool. Thank you. Thank you, Angel. All right, so do we have that clip?
Thank you, Angel.
All right, guys, we're going to play this clip, and then we're going to go to Layla Batiste, and, of course, we've got Mr. Art on the line. Let's go ahead and hear it.
Hi, Art. I just want to respond. I'm a young girl. I grew up in University of Chicago Lab School. I go to Howard University. I've experienced PWIs, HBCUs, both ends of the extremities in the community. I will say this. I have white friends that I've grown up with my entire life, who I trust with my entire life. Are they possibly capable of doing a racially motivated crime or assault or attack towards me? Yes. Do they accidentally sometimes racially do things that are inappropriate towards me? Yes. I think it's unfair to say, oh, well, his parents let him go with these. He knew his people. He knew his friends. This doesn't have to be racially motivated. You don't know who you surround yourself with. People's opinions can change over time with different friend groups. We have no idea if Nolan was as close to these people as he was a couple years ago. We don't know if they had gotten into arguments about political affiliations. We don't know anything of the sort. So to judge and make assumptions that this wasn't racial is absolutely ridiculous, when you and I both know, as a black person in this community, that absolutely everything in America is racial. It has been built off of our backs. It has been formulated to be racial for the benefit of white people. So we need to dissect this. Just like everyone says, innocent until proven guilty, it is racial until proven otherwise.
All right. And at the end, you heard us drop the mic or celebrate or something like that. Layla, welcome to the afternoon show.
Thank you.
So,
Happy to be here.
How did you, in that moment when you were expressing your response to our caller, what was going through your mind? Because I could see the passion, but what was going through your mind?
I just know I have a lot of white friends. Being in a PWI for majority of my educational life, I have had to deal with racist comments in the classroom, outside the classroom. I know that Snapchat is a big perpetuator of racism for young people, and that's also a little bit of what I wanted to talk about today. I don't have an extremely new update on the Nolan Wells case. However, a reporter named Artie Stacks found out that there was another man on the boat. His name was Wyatt Pyron. He was on the boat.
Is he young?
He is. I believe that's one of...
Must be named after his great-great-great-great-grandfather.
I believe he's one of Nolan's friends. So his brother had responded to somebody on Snapchat saying, I see you reposted this. I wanted to let you know what's really happening. Responded to somebody who reposted about Nolan Wells' death. He said, can't be listening to all these black people saying his friends did something. He was with my brother that day on the boat, and he chose to stay. They know who the girl is. It happens at Horn all of the time. These guys posting this shit on TikTok are all worthless blacks who want nothing but views. Nolan has basically lived at my house for the last 3 years, and we would never do anything to harm him. So right there in that statement, you can see very conflicting words. I mean, you're calling them worthless blacks, yet saying you would do nothing to harm Nolan. So this really shows that in the white community, a lot of white people will see a black person as, oh, that's the good one. That's not the one I'm talking about. That's, you're different. I hate black people, but you're different.
Right.
And I've experienced a lot of that. So when people are, saying, oh, well, he knew his friends. He knew the white people he was hanging around. it is so crazy to me because you can really think you know somebody and they will call you or say the most racist things about you behind your back. And I believe as a Black person dealing in an all-white environment, sometimes you have to assimilate to fit in or to get the target off your back. Sometimes you have to be like, yeah, those Black people, that's not me, so that you can have a bit of a break.
And be safe.
And be safe, exactly. And I do think, unfortunately, the environment that Nolan was around and what his friends are saying, you know, he was in that environment and he was dealing with that.
I love that. You know what? When we come back, we're going to go to art because we got to go to break and we got to be on time, guys. We're going to come back. But look, Layla Batiste is in the building. Ken Duncan looks like he's ready to jump out of his skin. And of course, I'm trying to keep it together. All right here on the afternoon show. We'll be right back.
Good afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here's what's happening in your local and national news. 3 men are accused of stealing and vandalizing license plate reading cameras in West Suburban Lisle. Anthony Paregas, Jacob Steichman, and Thomas Yano are charged with felony theft of government property and criminal damage to government-supported property. The 5 flock cameras are each valued at $2,800. The defendants are all expected back in court on August 24th. In other news, Bears guard Joe Thuney is on the NFL Network's top 100 list. He is the reigning NFL Protector of the Year. Thuney could end up at the highest-ranked Bears player on the NFL Top 100. Quarterback Caleb Williams was ranked 51, and defensive end Montez Sweat was ranked 91st. The NFL will name 2 new players each day. In other news, a new study found that 81% of toddler food products are ultra-processed. Researchers also found that nearly half failed to meet at least one World Health Organization nutrition guideline for young children. The analysis examined more than 12,700 toddler food items, including fruit pouches and snack foods. The findings come as the FDA considers new nutrition labeling and child food marketing rules. And the wife of Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy is recovering following a shooting. 57-year-old Mia Bieniemy was shot at the family's home in Loudoun County, Virginia, on Sunday evening and taken to a hospital with serious injuries. The couple's son, 27-year-old Zion Elijah Bieniemy, was arrested for malicious wounding and use of a firearm to commit a felony. Eric Bieniemy is in the first season of his second stint as Chiefs offensive coordinator. I'm Logan Page, and that's what's happening in your news now on WVON 1690 AM.
In July, Vaughn TV has your summer watch list covered. Go behind the headlines with the official launch of Portraits in Color, featuring candid conversations with music executive Matthew Knowles, community leader Jotaka Edie, and actress Danielle Truitt.
My family's very proud. It was very cool to, when the show first came out and to see myself in those credits, with dun 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 dun, and we're like, that's me. That's crazy, It is very cool to be a part of the legacy of Law and Order now.
And that's just the beginning. Premiering this month, Serenity, Strength, and Style with Sylvia Ewing and Friends, a fresh new series featuring inspiring conversations about health, wellness, creativity, and living life to the fullest. This July, there's something for everyone on Vaughn TV. Watch on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV Plus, the WVON app, or at Vaughn.tv. Vaughn TV, for the culture, by the culture. 3 days, 3 phenomenal women, award-winning commentator Joy Reid, and the ultimate it girl Keke Palmer, and gospel's best Leandria Johnson, only at the Black Women's Expo, Friday, July 31st through Sunday, August 2nd at McCormick Place. Plus, live entertainment from the main stage featuring American Idol's Keela Richardson and the Los Angeles-based duo Shakespeare blending R&B, soul and pop, a house music party with DJ Celeste Alexander, and much more. Community, beauty, wellness, food, family fun, powerful conversations, and shopping all in one place. Half price adult tickets at all Walgreens locations. Sponsored by University of Chicago Medicine, Humana, City Colleges of Chicago, Rush University Medical Center, and Vive Healthcare. Check out the lineup at www.bwenext.com for more details.
Tune in every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. for Speak On It with Dr. Kofi Malik. You've seen him on cable TV. Now hear his spirited conversation on the Talk of Chicago. The question at hand is raising voices of the Negro. That plain and simple. Tune in every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. for Speak On It with Dr. Kofi Malik on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
This report is brought to you by Lowe's. Pro Rewards members save more during Lowe's Pro Savings Days. Save up to 20% on in-stock molding when you spend $250 and up to 20% on in-stock pre-hung interior doors when you buy 6 or more. Valid through July 31st. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowes.com for details.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Good afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here is your traffic update. Dan Ryan, downtown on 95th, stop and go traffic 25 minutes. I-57, Ryan's I-80, 9-minute delay, 24 minutes. Bishop Ford, Ryan's I-80, 94. Please be cautious. There is an accident causing 2 right lanes to be blocked. Bishop Ford at 130th Street, 23 minutes. Stevenson, DuSable, Lakeshore Drive to the Tri-State, slow go 38 minutes. Eisenhower, Wolftown Post Office, stop and go traffic, and please be cautious. There is an accident. Eisenhower at Austin Boulevard, 47 minutes. Kennedy downtown to O'Hare is at a snail speed, 51 minutes. And Eden's, Montrose Lake Cook, smooth sailing, 16 minutes. Your weather for today, Chicago. Cooler, less humid, high of 78 and a low of 67. Tomorrow, warm and dry, high of 83 and a low of 68. It's currently 78 degrees and partly cloudy. That's your traffic and weather update now. I'm Logan Page on the Talk Chicago, WVON 1690 AM.
Now back to Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
When you stand in the crowd, your love dogs to me so loud. Girl, do I do what you do?
All right. You know what? I tell you what, we got some young energy up in here. WVON's been around for 63 years and counting. That was before you were born. You were born. You were born. Not you, Ken, and me. All right? So here's the thing. Because we have young people in the building, I want to definitely bring Ken's daughter into the fold to this microphone here. But before we do that, we did just hear a clip of what Layla Batiste said yesterday. And you were talking about, and for those of you just joining us, Layla Batiste is our intern at Midway Broadcasting in WVON. The lovely Layla spoke yesterday so eloquently, and yes, I'm pumping her up, because her response was genuine. It was based on how she feels, her own intuition on how she has navigated through the waters of being in all white spaces.
Who was she responding to?
And what she was experiencing. And she was responding to one of our callers. Now, I will let them tell you who they were. But on that note, I want to make sure that everybody knows that we were talking about the Nolan Wells case yesterday, and that's where this all came from. All right? So let's bring on Art. Hey, Art. You're live on WVON.
What's up, Art?
Hey, what's going on, young people? And I'm talking about both of you two people.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'll make it quick. I'm 56 years of age, 3 sons and a daughter, and a grandfather over 10 grandchildren, a business owner.
Wow.
The qualification, and just no disqualification for her, but you have to have time, wisdom, and experience. That's what puts what we call adults in the spaces that they are. Now, whether they exercise that appropriately and righteously, that's one thing. But at the end of the day, we, in most cases, because our young people can articulate, they may have academic accolades and be able to talk the diction extremely well, but it's 2 or 3 things they cannot get. Time. The only time they got is what they've been here. Wisdom is given by God, and the last thing is experience, and that comes with time. So when she said that I have friends that I trust with my life, the first mistake was, we always say, I teach my daughter, you have acquaintances and you may have maybe 1 or 2 friends, but the rest of these people are people you know or socialize with. You trust no one with your life except your creator and yourself. So just some of the small things that I hear. I have a granddaughter that's very young and articulates extremely well. You wouldn't even know she was 5 years old, but she does not have the wisdom and time. And what I was sharing with her, what she said was his parents supposed to have the wisdom to know what's righteous and right and what's good or not good. And when they put their children in harm's way of what the young lady specifically expressed, how white folks or these individuals can cause harm because of their past histories, then that's what she should be telling his parents, because his parent is the one that put their son in a situation that he did not have wisdom, time, and experience. But I will leave it right there, and I'd like to add one thing, and I am a former member of the Nation of Islam, so I couldn't be ignorant to what the atrocities that white folks currently do and what they have done in the past.
Yeah.
100%.
Thank you very much, Art.
So, LaDonna, yeah, Art, and I thank you for that clarification. And you are spot on when it comes to wisdom and knowledge and time. And the reality is, anything can happen to you with any people. If you are with black people, Hispanic people, white people, anything can jump off. And you're right. You shouldn't trust anybody with your life but yourself and God. But the reality
depends on what life you're referring to.
Well, the real issue with this particular case, and I'll let Liz speak for herself. Layla.
2 days
Baptiste.
in a row.
You got to write it down for me.
There's no P.
Okay, I get it. Young Miss Baptiste. The issue is the dismissive attitude and the blaseness in which the local police and the circumstances surrounding this particular death transpired and fell into our laps. And it being in the state of Mississippi, it has put all of us in a perplexed disposition that is so typical and familiar position that Art is familiar with, and many callers, of what we're so damn familiar with when it comes to white or black justice and the distinctions, the dichotomies. And so I'm grateful that the sister has put together a deep dive in this here and given us a perspective, because guess what? He was 18, 19 years of age. She's 20.
18.
All right. And so there's a perspective that these young people can teach and educate us
exactly
in real time. Mm-hmm. So I'll let her speak on it.
I love that.
Yeah, I don't really have much else to say. I think it comes down to personal differences. I know you got specific about what you call a friend, and I agree there are different types of friends. It's a broad and
some of
loose
them are there
term.
for a season.
Yeah, some of them are just there for college, there for high school, But I was just speaking from my personal experience as someone who went to a PWI, has had many white friends.
That's predominantly white institution, guys.
Yeah, has experienced a lot of racism on purpose, on accident, and I was just relating my experience to what his experience could be.
I love it. Let's go to MK. MK, you're live on WVON. Hey, MK.
How you guys doing? How you doing?
Right? Yes, sir. Yeah. Let's roll.
Okay. I'm gonna break it down because I need you to. I know you go around and speak and everything. Can't do too, but this boils down to the mother of the houses. We need to get our kids back into these apprenticeship programs. I'm telling you from experience. They were on the air. They were so desperate for people. 2 years ago, they were on TV at 1 o'clock every Sunday. Okay. Now, I would do the apprenticeship program through Dunbar High School. Back then, you had the Urban League, and all of them was working together.
Right. Hey, MK, let me slow you down. We're talking about the Northern Wales situation.
Well, he might have gone back to the contracts. I was going to let him finish.
Yeah, but we're where we are now. We're forward.
That's what I'm talking about, LaDonna. I want to talk to you. I don't care if you call, because we're going to take the black woman to help straighten us out. Because for the last 50 years, now I would do the apprenticeship program. I'm a retired bricklayer. My son went to the apprenticeship program as a carpenter. One went through there as a plumber. Now it's going to take the black woman to send that kid, because they pay you to go to school. If you don't go through the union school, this is a union town. That's the only way you're going to get into these jobs. Now they're on 46 in State Street. The mayor are building houses. And there's a black contractor over there.
Oh, MK, you cooking now. You cooking now. We're going to get your information.
You hear me?
Matt's going to get your info right now. Matt's getting it right now.
Information.
Yeah.
Because that's what
Yep, Matt's got you. All right, we're gonna grab the next caller. We're gonna grab Brenda real quick. Hey, let's get Brenda. Hey, Brenda, you're live on WVON.
Good evening, everyone. I wanted to piggyback on the comment of our jobs and where we're at. We're not anywhere. If you go to these hospitals, we're not there. You go to these rehabilitation centers, we're
not there. Yep.
You go to the fire department.
We're definitely not there.
Wait a minute. Wait.
You
When
go
you
to
say
the police
rehabilitation center,
facilities,
so
et
you know
cetera.
my dad was in
No,
one
I'm
for
not
3
talking about
months.
that.
I want to know what she's
No,
talking
I'm
about.
I'm talking about Loyola University.
No, you said rehabilitation.
I'm saying hospitals, rehabilitation, the Shirley Ryan Rehabilitation Centers.
The
Well,
Lori Center as well.
go to Warren Bar. We're there, predominantly there, and I've had to complain over and over
They're
again.
everywhere. All
I
on
know, but
Sheridan
she
Road,
said,
the
but
whole
she
nine.
said we're not there.
At the fire department, at the police department.
She's right. We're not there.
When our men couldn't get police jobs,
Let's let her-
and
let's
now
let-
you
let's
see
let her
these-
do her thing.
Now you see these women with these scarves on their head, the Muslims, and they police women. Y'all, please, please, you are doing a destruction to our children. Lecture company, go look who got them jobs. Go look in Harvey where it's tore up at, and see who have those jobs.
Thanks,
we
Brenda.
don't have jobs. Our children don't have jobs anywhere. While y'all sitting on here talking about nothing.
Well, they better take the bonnets and the scarves and the do-rags off their head if they want to get a job. I wouldn't hire them either.
And how in the hell are we fighting for illegals to be here, and we're here as foundational Black Americans?
Hello? Absolutely. All right, guys, we're going to take this break on time, and we got Mark Carter, Dr. Rosita, Thami, Eddie Reed, and Pianki. And look, if you've never, ever called in your life, dial 773-591-1690. And I want to say hi to Ina Smith, I believe it is.
And we definitely, Eddie Reed is the appropriate person to address this union issue.
Yeah, we'll come right back. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
More from Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh coming up on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Tuned in to your favorite WVON personalities on Facebook Live? Don't just watch. Like it, love it, share it. Every click helps us grow the conversation and keep the community strong. So remember, like it, love it, share it, Chicago.
It only takes a minute to find out if you may have prediabetes, and you can do it at doihaveprediabetes.org. But you're probably not going to. Nope. I'm sure you've got a perfectly good excuse. Kids, work. I get it. You're busy. So what better time than now? Let's begin. Raise one finger if you're a man. Ladies, none yet. Oh, count in your head if you're driving. Now, 3 more fingers for everyone over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40, 1 more if you're not physically active, another finger if anyone in your family has type 2 diabetes, another if you've got high blood pressure. If you're overweight, raise another finger, 2 if you're very overweight, and 3 if you're really overweight. You've just taken the world's first audio prediabetes test. And if you're holding up 5 or more fingers, visit doihaveprediabetes.org or talk to your doctor. There's no excuse because prediabetes can be reversed.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners. Have you checked out WVON's digital streaming network, Vaughn TV? It's everywhere on Roku, Apple TV+, Amazon Fire, on the WVON app, and at VON.TV. Vaughn TV. It's cultural content on purpose.
The following message is brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
The inherent right to work is one of the elemental privileges of a free people. Endowed, as our nation is, with abundant physical resources, and inspired as it should be with the high purpose to make those resources and opportunities available for the enjoyment of all, we approach this problem of reemployment with the real hope of finding a better answer than we have now.
Your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Your stuff can be a resource for change. Donate to Goodwill, where your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org.
This report is brought to you by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Wishing you safe travels, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here is your traffic update. Dan Ryan, downtown on 95th. Stop and go traffic, 27 minutes. I-57 Ryan to I-80. Stop and go traffic, 20 minutes. Bishop Ford Ryan to I-80, 94. There is an accident, so be cautious, causing 2 right lanes to be blocked. Bishop Ford at 130th Street, 21 minutes. Stevenson to Sable, Lakeshore Drive to the Tri-State Slogo, 38 minutes. Eisenhower, Wolftown Post Office. There is an accident. Eisenhower at Austin Boulevard, 43 minutes. Kennedy downtown to O'Hare. Stop and go traffic, 47 minutes. In Edens, Montrose Lake Cook. There is an accident. Edens at Church Street, 22 minutes with a 5-minute delay. Your weather for today: Chicago, cooler, less humid, high of 78 and a low of 67. Tomorrow, warm and dry, high of 83 and a low of 68. It's currently 78 degrees and partly cloudy. That's your traffic and weather update now. I'm Logan Page on the Talk Chicago, WVON 1690 AM.
Now back to Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Okay, wait a minute. You know who took me there? Layla. Okay, we were on break, and I was telling her that, by the way, this is the afternoon show, guys. You know that. 773-591-1690. Callers, just hang on. You're going to want to hear this. I was telling Layla that I intentionally asked them not to put lemon pepper on my fish or chicken when I go to something like one of those, you know, the Jija places that sell fish and chicken, because they assume that's what I want, because most black people love lemon pepper, right? And so when they say, you want lemon pepper, right? I say, what's that? I want it, yes. And I say, no, I'm good. I don't want that. So she said, you shouldn't feel I said, hush, child. So I'm going totally against what I said. But I meant what I said when I say that the generational gap between the older generation and the younger generation, I believe, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, it stems from not supporting each other's thoughts and each other's views and values
and feelings.
And feelings, right? So if you tell someone that this has been my experience, and they instantly want to neutralize you and say, no, you don't know what you're talking about, and you know you went through it, like, how does that make you feel?
I mean, of course, it's invalidating, but I think our generation knows that a lot of the older generation is very stubborn, as older generations can be, and the way they approach things is very stuck in the era that they grew up in. So a lot of the disagreements I have with older people often stem around race or racial topics. You know, back in our day, we were fighting, we were marching, MLK was there, and I have to remind them that the black struggle back then and the black struggle now is two different things. We can't be unified under the umbrella of a systemic American threat of freedom, because we technically achieved freedom via our activism, the laws we have passed,
acts of Congress.
Yeah, where we are in the modern day, it's hard to say that we're still under this umbrella of hatred and segregation and Jim Crow. So because the older generation has been unified and can relate to each other on that aspect, it's hard for the younger generation to understand that level of not disparity, but that level of disadvantage. It's hard for them to relate to people who have gone through so much that doesn't really exist in modern day that people would experience.
Or it just changed form.
Well,
yeah,
wait a minute now. It exists. It's
It
alive
does.
and well.
Right.
It's just not in your face. Exists.
No, right. It's in your face.
It does
I told you, they
exist.
took the sheets off their
They're wearing suits.
They're wearing suits. They put the sheets on their bed.
And construction boots.
Oh, absolutely.
And hard helmets.
Come on now, somebody.
Yeah,
and
it just transformed.
stethoscopes.
And I think,
See.
yeah, that's where the older generation and the younger generation comes into conflict, because they don't realize we're talking about the same thing, just in a different shape.
Different shape. I love
Different
that.
shade.
Shape.
And shade.
Why would would you say shade though?
Because they're throwing shade low key. Like,
Oh gosh, you went there. I'm thinking about color shade. You're thinking about shade. Okay, let's go to the phone lines. I said I was going to grab Eddie Reed.
yeah,
Eddie
definitely
Reed.
get Eddie Reed on that.
Hi, Eddie Reed. Thank you so much for waiting. You've been waiting a long time. And Dr. Rosita, you too. You're next. All right, Eddie Reed, what you got for us?
Well, I'm listening. I listen to you all the time, and very briefly, let me just say this to you. I respect Sister Dr. LaDonna Raeh. You've been doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
I sent you a text last week. I don't know if you got it, to affirm what you've done when you're by yourself and with Ken, and I heard you on Saturday morning. So much respect. Very quickly.
Wait, you sent me a text? You got my number?
You called me from a number.
I'm looking for the text.
You called me from a number, and I sent you a text.
You
to
bring
that
this train
number.
of thought, LaDonna. Let the man speak.
He ain't gonna forget what he said. Eddie, text me again so I can have it at the top of
Can
my
you stay
thread. Go ahead and
focused?
finish.
Okay. So, I mean, we need to do this thing because I have a perspective about this union stuff, exactly
Fact.
what the nation call the actual facts. For the Negroes who play games, I got arrested 14 times for shutting down construction sites. A lot of people complain. I didn't take a damn dime. I didn't take no whatever. Thank God for our Eugene Pincham. I might be getting out of prison right about now. So anyway, I want us to do a program, whether the three of us do it or whether Ken, you and I do it because you have some history on that. But I want to do that. But this young lady, she is magical. She is absolutely. Now, one of the problems, young sister, I'll say it because I'm an old dude, some of the problem with young niggas is old niggas. And there are still niggas left.
We just,
They are
that's three
beautiful.
times in one comment.
Yeah, we can't use. You can
Can't
say
use the
ninja.
N word. I just had
can't
my
do that.
sign on the wall saying how many days we've gone without the N word. We got to start
then
all
what do
What do
I
over.
I do with those that fit? How do I address those that's in that category?
Ninja,
Ninja.
or Negroes.
Yeah.
No, a Negro is not the same as that.
You're right.
Well, we
But
know what you
anyway,
mean.
Yeah.
We'll deal with it another time. Okay, I got it. So at the end of the day, I'm still in Virginia. I'll be back shortly. I spent a lot of time. There are there are several colleges here, but there's a college called the University of Lynchburg. It's been here since the 1850s. It's all black. It's amazing. You wouldn't believe it if you. It is less than 10 minutes from Liberty University. It was founded by Jerry Falwell. You go to the campus of Liberty University. I like sitting out in the sun. I should have been 6 inches taller and a whole lot darker. But anyway, having said all of that, and at the end of the day, here's the deal. I was over there last week, and there was a car in the parking lot, young sister. There were 2 black brothers and 6 white girls. They were all going to that college. They were laughing and joking, and 2 or 3 of the white girls got in the car with the 2 brothers. The others walked off. But to see, she's right. What happens is they have what they call the good Negroes. My family was good Negroes because they had good credit, they had this. But then we when I came along, we did some other stuff. And so now, what's wrong with that boy, that Eddie Reed boy? He ain't like his daddy. But anyway, here's the other thing. At the end of the day, you got to look and get the actual facts because it could have been a moment that happened in the instance of that situation, and it all went sideways. So this young lady is very powerful. She is right on target. What I want to see in this country, that there ain't no torch. Who's got a torch to pass? I want to see the lantern. That lantern can light the pathway for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, or 20 of us can walk that path. If you have a lantern, it will create a light for everybody who walks that path and who can do what needs to be done in a positive way instead of the torch.
Right.
you.
So the torch ain't got the value that it once had.
Well, thank you.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I want to do this thing as the union. There's so much we can do. I'm waiting to see what my brother, I was hoping I was going to be after Mark Carter because I want to see what he got to say.
Yeah.
He has his perspective. But at the end of the day, it's much different now. Listen to this, young sister. It ain't the same. But the question for you as an old person, did you just do certain things or did you blaze a trail for a young person to walk a path? And then do you get out the way of that path they're trying to walk?
All right.
Thank you,
That's
Eddie.
a mic drop right
All
there,
right, he
Brother
took
Eddie.
us right to the break, and
Right at the break.
Yeah, for sure. Dr. Rosita, don't you hang up. Yes, I called your name because I want you to be ready when
And
we
Mark
come
Carty,
back.
get ready.
Absolutely. So we're gonna go to break on time. I love saying on time, and I like being on time.
It's
And
about
more,
time.
more from the afternoon show. LaDonna Raeh, Ken Duncan, and Layla Batiste.
Good afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here are your news headlines. Save-A-Lot closures impact Chicago communities. Illinois enacts school cell phone restrictions. Fossey to testify before Senate panel, and DeWine criticizes Haitian deportation plan. National news from the Black Information Network is up next on Chicago's only urban talk radio station, 1690 AM WVON, Berwyn, Chicago.
BIN News Now. A public feud is growing in Texas politics as Agricultural Commissioner Sid Miller accuses Governor Greg Abbott of favoring the data center industry.
Millions of dollars from the data center. Go look at the Ethics Commission.
Miller claims Abbott's efforts to protect consumers are inadequate, pointing to recent campaign donations from business leaders tied to major data center projects. Tuskegee University has updated its student dress code and conduct policy, banning items such as bonnets, do-rags, bedroom slippers, and revealing clothing in classrooms and dining halls. University leaders say the changes are designed to promote professionalism, career readiness, and workplace expectations. And a federal judge in Virginia is ordering the FDA to review restrictions on the abortion pill mifepristone. The ruling stems from a lawsuit filed by several states, with the court finding the agency must take a closer look at regulations governing access to the medication. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app. Here's Terry McCready.
A primary runoff and a U.S. special election underway today in 2 states. In Georgia, 6 candidates are running to serve out the remaining term of late Democratic Congressman David Scott, who passed away in April. Scott served as the top Democrat on the House Agriculture Committee from 2021 until last year and was its first black chair. The contest in the Deep Blue District has 4 Democrats and 2 Republicans on the ballot. Meanwhile, in South Dakota, Republican voters will decide between Governor Larry Roden and businessman Toby Doden in the primary runoff for governor. The primary calendar kicking back into high gear next week with contests in Michigan, Kansas, Missouri, Virginia, and Washington. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries is pushing affordability as the #1 campaign issue heading into the midterms.
In 100 days, you can vote for an America that is affordable and lower the cost of groceries, gas, and housing. In 100 days, you can vote for an America where affordable health care is available to every single citizen.
Speaking at a weekend campaign event for Pennsylvania congressional candidate Bob Brooks, Jeffrey said when you work hard and play by the rules, you should be able to live an affordable middle-class life. Jeffries says affordability involves a number of ideas to lower costs, including ending President Trump's tariffs and ending the war in Iran. He also said it's necessary to clean up what's going on in what he calls the dumpster fire of Washington, D.C. The federal government is pushing to reauthorize funding for the renovation of New York's Penn Station, but with the caveat of a name change attached. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy wants to allow billions of dollars in funding to go toward Penn Station, but only if it gets renamed after President Trump. Senator Chuck Schumer says there's no way that's happening.
Any bill that renames Penn Station for Trump is dead in the United States Senate. I will block it. It ain't happening, Donald Trump. forget about it.
The directive did not specify exactly what the DOT would want the hub renamed, but it comes after Duffy floated the idea of the name Trump Station last year. Penn Station's renovation is expected to cost over $8 billion. Former President Barack Obama headlining a redistricting fundraiser for the National Democratic Redistricting Committee. The event is scheduled for August 31st and will include a dinner and discussion. The fundraiser comes as Democrats are looking to push back on Republican efforts to redraw maps nationwide, as well as gain control of the House and Senate. Under former Attorney General Eric Holder's leadership, the NDRC is now looking to rework campaign strategy, fundraising, ballot initiatives, and lawsuits in the state redistricting fight. Stay informed, stay connected, and subscribe. Follow VIN News this hour wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Terry McCready for the Black Information Network.
Shop small with Wintrust Bank and celebrate the heart of our community, our local businesses. Listen as we share a list of small businesses throughout our community that we can shop, dine, and support throughout the year. These businesses are the economic engine that drives our neighborhoods. Wintrust knows that. That's why they're Chicago's bank and why they're encouraging you to shop local. Keep listening for the Wintrust Community Business Spotlight campaign. With Wintrust, shopping small is a big deal.
Hey Alexa, play WVON 1690 AM.
Getting WVON 1690 AM station from iHeartRadio.
Try it out for yourself. America is listening to WVON.
This report is brought to you by Aleve. At some point, body pain may creep in and become your reality that day. But Aleve is here to help you keep moving. One pill gives you up to 12 hours of body pain relief. So don't let pain hold you back. Try Aleve today. Use as directed.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Hey Chicago, hey, I'm Logan Page, and here is your traffic update. Dan Ryan, downtown and 95th. Stop and go traffic 25 minutes. I-57 rides I-80. Stop and go traffic 21 minutes. Bishop Ford rides I-80 94. There is an accident causing 2 right lanes to be blocked. Bishop Ford at 130th Street, 19 minutes. Stevenson, DuSable, Lakeshore Drive to the Tri-State bumper to bumper traffic, 40 minutes. Eisenhower, Wolf to Post Office, please be cautious. There is an accident on the right shoulder. Eisenhower at Austin Boulevard, 48 minutes. Kennedy downtown to O'Hare, stop and go traffic, 48 minutes. At Eden's Montrose Lake Cook, smooth sailing. Oh, an update. Eden's Montrose Lake Cook, there is an accident. Eden's at Church Street, 50 minutes. Your weather for today, Chicago. Cooler, less humid, high of 78 and a low of 67. Tomorrow, warm and dry, high of 83 and a low of 68. It's currently 78 degrees and partly cloudy. That's your traffic and weather update now. I'm Logan Page on the Talk Chicago, WVON 1690 AM.
From the Xfinity Studios at WVON, it's Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh on Chicago's Essential Storyteller, 1690 WVON.
The big stuff. Wow.
Who do you think you are?
Who do you think you are, Ken?
Hey, Miss
Guess
Batiste.
what? Guess what we're gonna be this
Hey,
Thursday?
are you up on this song? You heard this song before?
Oh yeah. Because it's in a lot of commercials.
Oh.
It's in a lot of commercials. So you know what we're gonna be on Thursday?
She probably learned that from my mama, aunties, and them. I know her aunties.
Yeah. That makes you an unk.
Yeah, I told her the other day.
Do you do you know where we're gonna be on Thursday?
Oh my gosh, I forgot like the official name because my memory is not as sharp as yours.
Oh, we're back to that.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
so here's
I'm
the thing. We're gonna
confused.
be at Kodo Hibachi.
Kodo hibachi. It's like a new
Yeah.
where they cook on the grill.
Yeah, you know what
and they hit you in the
hibachi
head with like an onion or a lemon pepper or shrimp.
Absolutely. So here's the thing.
It's at 117, no, I'm sorry, 11710 South Marshfield Avenue. And that's in Morgan Park. So
Yeah, it's off the expressway.
right
It's
off
right
the
there.
expressway. And we should, and it's like, it's a black owned. Can we say black?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it African American?
African American. Well, which one is it?
Is it people of color?
People of color, maybe.
Minority owned?
Oh, I don't
Let's
like
say,
that word.
right now what's trending is like these
It's like what?
FBA, like Foundational Black American.
Can we say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
all right.
cool.
Well, because I have black friends.
Yeah, same here. Some of my best friends are black.
They're your best friends?
Yeah, like they totally
What
are.
makes them your best friends?
Well,
Just because they're black?
Well, they don't sound like the other blacks.
Oh, right.
And they speak so well.
What do they say? That part.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah, and they're really cool.
I love it.
And I love their lips. Me and my friends we had to pay for the injections.
Oh my God, me too.
And so it's like LaDonna Raeh has like full those full black lips.
I hate her.
But yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's all natural.
And
she says.
Ken looks like one of us.
Yeah.
Like he looks like a white
Especially when he
boy.
shaves and he colors his hair.
Yeah. But I know he's black because the way he walks.
And his diction is really cool.
I mean, he
you
talks
saw
so
the way he
well.
walks? Yeah.
He talks so well.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Oh, he speaks so well.
Yeah, and he has great takes. But
right.
But I think he's a little bit too black for my father.
Well, right. Just don't take him to your dad.
Yeah.
No. Remember the last one.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah. I said, listen, if you're gonna talk black, can you at least say you voted for Trump?
At least,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Make America great again.
Yeah, totally.
Jeez. They're trying to make it some other type of thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, like I said, all right. Well, let's get LaDonna Raeh and Ken Duncan back in here, okay?
All right, we're back here on the Talk of Chicago, 1690.
Yeah, all right. Let's go to these phone lines. Let's go to Dr. Rosita. Hi, Dr. Rosita. You are live.
Yes, thank you.
She's like, if you don't stop.
I mean, it is hilarious. You all need your own show for that. But I wanted to say to Layla, am I pronouncing her name right?
Yes, ma'am.
At least you got it right.
You are amazing. And I wanted to tell you, I listened to you. My children went to the lab school. I pulled them out because there's a lot of undercover racism there. But when we talk about people having lived experiences, this is a young lady who went to predominantly white institutions. Therefore, she can speak on it. We have black people, even though they're 50 and 60, they never went to a predominantly white institution. I know what she's talking about because I went to a high school where there were 1,300 white girls and 13 black ones, and it turned me into a militant at 13 years old. So I understand that level of racism you really can't understand unless you've been in that space. I don't care how old you are. It's not about age. It's about lived experiences. She can tell you more about. It's like if I've never been to Italy, and a 17-year-old who grew up in Italy comes, they have a better opportunity to speak on what's going on in that country than I do. So it's not always about age. So I think you were very on point with that. And one day I'm going to call back and we're going to talk more about the unions because it's not just the trade unions. I keep telling people nationwide here in Chicago was ground zero for the mass termination where black teachers were structured out of their jobs.
Yes.
We were 19,000 black educators. Now we have 4,000 in a very short period of time. And now the Hispanics are the second largest demographic of teachers. So we're pretty soon we'll be we are number 3. And as Dr. Claude Anderson says, we're going to be number 4 very shortly.
Right.
Hey, but one day we'll have that conversation when you're talking about education. Thank you.
And Dr. Rosita, you know who's the first? You're spot on. The main person who told me this over 15 years ago was State Representative Monique Davis, who was an educator.
I love her.
She was one that pulled all of our code on this black teacher delineation and elimination.
Yes.
She was spot on back then, and everybody was scratching their head. And here it is.
She was the only state legislator that did not sign that union busting bill Senate Bill 7 that cost 8,000 to 9,000 black educators their jobs.
Mm.
She was the only one who didn't sign, because the others obviously weren't very well educated. But because she was an educator, when I saw it, I said, everybody's getting ready to be fired. When I saw the bill, I knew it.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Rosita.
thank
Let's
you so
go
much
ahead and
for
get
that.
Pianki. Pianki's been holding for a long, long time. Thank you, Pianki,
What's
for
up,
your
Pianki?
patience. Welcome to the
From Louisiana.
the afternoon
Baton
show.
Rouge.
Well, Louisiana is my my winter home. But you know, Minneapolis School District fired white teachers that was more qualified, and also what the position they had tenure over black teachers. They hired the blacks and fired the whites. And you can
Really,
Google
Pianki?
that. Listen, Google it, and you can read it today. Now, what you may mention about the construction trades, the commercial trade is different than regular construction. The 6 or 7 major trades: ironworkers, carpenters, sheet metal, pipe fitters, plumbers, electrical, and bricklayers. They belong to what's called an international union, the International Association of Bridge, Structural, and Ornamental Ironworkers, International Electricians. So what that means is Chicago has a shortage of union ironworkers. They can call anywhere in the country and bring ironworkers out of those states into Chicago. Now, how do I know that? Because in 1969, I was called to come work on the Sears Tower. In 72, on a project in Schaumburg, Illinois, and also for American Bridge Southworks plant there in Chicago. So that's what, and also in 72, Bethlehem Steel called me to come work in Detroit. They paid my way, my housing, my food, and everything. So blacks work in those trades, and they work along with whites. They don't have no problems.
Okay, so what is the where do we land this plane?
Well, I tell you what, you need to educate your children in all those areas.
Okay.
You know, when I was coming up, I went to O'Fallon Tech High School. They had everything in there: pre-engineering, bake shop, cosmetology, welding, all that. Get your child in something like that and start preparing them, because they're going to need it. Now, if you get signed up by a apprenticeship, they put you through what's called a pre-apprenticeship program to see if you're going to like what you think you want to like to get into.
That's a good point.
And if you don't, they let you go.
Yeah, that needs to be back in the schools.
I've done it for 4 decades. My first large project was a TWA dome, which is $350 million. So I erected structure still. I was an owner. And let me tell you something else.
You got 2 minutes, 2 seconds rather.
Don't hire the company don't hire anybody on the field. It's the general foreman and the foreman, because they're responsible for that job getting done.
Right.
And the people in the office don't have no say-so over there unless something go down. That's the way it is.
What were you, an iron worker, Bianchi?
I started off iron working when I was 19.
Wow.
Like I said, I worked in Chicago on the Sears Tower in '69.
Yep.
I see why you got several homes.
I know that's right. That's the
Ironworkers
way.
make cash.
That's the way.
Money.
All right. Thank you, Pianki. All right, guys, we're going to go to traffic and weather. When we come back, keep those phone lines ringing, because our phone lines are open. 773-591-1690. Just so you know, Mark Carter, we see you holding. Tommy, we see you better. Bro Chris, we see you often. Junior or JR, we also see you. And of course, Nicole, thank you so much. And Errol will be right back.
More from Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh coming up on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
How many hours did you waste in traffic last year? Take control of your commute on Metra. Spend your time relaxing and let us handle the driving. Plus, our 95% on-time rate means we get you there fast. Metra, drive less, do more.
It's Rufus Williams. The thrill of summer is finally here, which also means it'll be over before we know it. This fall, the Rufus Williams Travel Club is heading to Charleston, South Carolina, October 8th through the 12th. Join me as we experience the beauty, the brilliance, and the culture of one of America's most captivating cities. We'll enjoy the charm of the Lowcountry, breathtaking scenery, incredible cuisine, and the rich African-American history of Charleston. There will also be a few special surprises designed just for our group. So whether you're traveling alone, with family, or with friends, you'll be welcomed into an unforgettable experience filled with great people and great memories. Space is limited, and the best rates are right now. Simply go to WVON.com, click on the Rufus Williams Travel Club banner, and reserve your space. Advantage International is the official travel partner of the Rufus Williams Travel Club. Charleston, South Carolina, October 8th through the 12th. Travel with people, travel with purpose, travel with us.
It's Matt McGill.
President Trump participating in the dignified transfer of the bodies of people who were lost in battle. What the hell are we doing putting people in harm's way? Why we got an 18-year-old in harm's way? This girl just graduated from high school. But some of y'all got the nerve to defend Donald Trump? Really? It's a damn shame, man.
Weekdays at noon on The Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
This report is brought to you by ComEd, powering lives. Here's a great savings idea. Did you know you've got the power to manage your energy? Yep, from usage alerts to energy-saving programs and more. ComEd has all kinds of ideas to help you gain control over your energy-saving costs. Find out more at ComEd.com/energy savings.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Good afternoon, Chicago. Hope all is well. I'm Logan Page, and here is your traffic update. Dan Ryan, downtown at 95th. Stop and go traffic, 25 minutes. I-57, Ryan's I-80, 7-minute delay, 22 minutes. Bishop Ford, Ryan's I-80, 94. There is an accident causing 2 right lanes to be blocked. Bishop Ford at 130th Street, 21 minutes. Stevenson, DuSable, Lakeshore Drive to the Dry State stop and go traffic, 37 minutes. Eisenhower, Wolfton Post Office, there is an accident on the right shoulder. Eisenhower at Austin Boulevard, 46 minutes. Kennedy downtown to O'Hare, stop and go traffic, 51 minutes. In Edens, Montrose Lake Cook, there is an accident. Edens at Church Street, 43 minutes. Your weather for today, Chicago, cooler, less humid. High of 78 and a low of 67. Tomorrow, warm and dry. High of 83 and a low of 68. It's currently 78 degrees and partly cloudy. That's your traffic and weather update now. I'm Logan Page on the Talk Chicago, WVON 1690 AM.
Now back to Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Get your mic on, man. What you got to say?
Is my mic on?
It is.
Mic check, 1, 2.
Ma.
All right, Chicago, it is LaDonna Raeh, myself, Ken Dunkin, and Layla Batiste.
I'm going to get you a cue card.
I know, right? And we're going to go to our live line, our question to all of our phones. Mark Carter's going to come up next, but Layla Batiste.
It's Batiste.
I said
Negro.
Batiste.
You put a P in there. If you put a P
you know
in
what?
there again.
If you turn to the diction police on me,
I have
I'm
been known as, but you know.
The diction police. She's such a mama, parent. What are we missing? What's going on here?
You know, we don't even have a question, actually. We have been talking about, we started off with the Nolan Wells case and
Yes.
the response from the young people, which is Layla. Layla represents today on our show and yesterday, and we love having her, as a matter of fact. But now we have moved to talk about the trades.
Do we let her wrap up, though?
You wanted to wrap because
Yes.
I want to talk to her about this hazing situation that happened in Miami.
Well, let's not change subjects just yet.
All right. I hear you talking. Well, let's see where we're at. Let's grab these. We gotta get these callers. They've been waiting. Like that's a 42 minutes for Tommy.
You had to. You had.
Yeah, I put it out there.
Why are you telling?
Tommy's
his
been
wait
holding
time?
for 42 minutes, and Mark Carter for 42.
And you know Tommy gonna drop the
minutes as
mic.
well. Yeah, I know. Tommy, you're live on WVON.
You know, I would like to just start off by saying to you all that if it had not been for the old, there could never be no new. It's that old car that takes you to the dealership when you purchase a new car. And having that clear understanding, it should be highly appreciated and a breath of fresh air when you speak with a young person who is articulate and has a clear grasp of reality, their culture, their history, and I just don't seem to understand why there has to be an analyzation of the young lady. She is what we all call family values and community principles. Ain't that what it is, or whatever the hell? I mean, we are the only somebody who has had to define themselves over and over and over with the truth staring us in our face. And the sad part about it is the more truth you speak to a person, the more they don't like you. What was done to Ken Duncan? Can it be one thing? See, the truth don't change. Lies does. And from the very first time that they took Ken Duncan out, I personally said it was BS and a bunch of absolute nonsense, and asked, just like Nelson Mandela said, where the hell are y'all at? See, there is a principle in life, and the principle is simple. You need food to sustain yourself. You need water to hydrate your joints. You need air because you need air, damn it. If you don't have it, you die.
Yeah.
You hear so you can hear things coming. You see so you know where the hell you at. You feel because you understand and recognize the hardship and absolute agony and terror that others went through to pave a way that we could have a platform where we can be free. And you have the audacity to sit up and say that I'm going off, I'm in my emotions, something is wrong with me. You damn right, something is wrong with me. Because I've had the opportunity to see how other people live. I've had the opportunity to know fear to a point that fear didn't make fear anymore. And most importantly, the greatest thing I had the opportunity to come back and see is why we are where we are. We are here because principled individuals like the platform made of WVON. And let me just simply close. Because, see, the closing on all of this is as simple as hell. There is no such thing as a generation gap. It's just individuals who feel like the hell with what you're talking about. I'm going to do whatever I want. There's a way that seems right. The ending is destruction. And I'm telling you, that's where we are. But thank God for a young lady who can come on the airway. Thank God for the young people that's behind those microphones. Thank God for the young individuals who are on radio. Thank God for those who are quiet, because real people ain't got to do a lot of talking.
All right.
Just a bunch of babbling. Goodbye.
All right, thanks, Tommy.
Tom.
I definitely disagree with there is no such thing as a generational gap, because the generational gap keeps getting wider if we don't reach back and have these conversations. Let me go ahead and grab Mark Carter, because, again, you're at 45 minutes. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you. I want to acknowledge you and thank you for your patience.
No problem. But first of all, guys like Tommy, he ain't gonna do nothing but talk. He ain't gonna do nothing. Eddie Reed know who I am, because we were young people, 25 years old, that came out there and learned from Eddie Reed, Omar, Harold Baskin, all those guys. I ain't never heard of no Tommy.
Well, what's your comment though?
No, because that has to be said when it comes to men. Okay, this is a man part of the conversation right here. We men don't just talk. You know, tell us what you've been doing, right? Now, going into just wrapping it up, unions were started by immigrants for immigrants. Period. AFL-CIO, Davis and Bacon were two congressmen that were approached by the AFL-CIO to kick black people out of the trades. Okay, know the history. That's what unions were started for. The Democrat Party was started by immigrants for immigrants. The Republican Party was started by black people, not by no abolitionists or white folks. No, it was started by black people. It's black people create God, country, and family. Democrats give y'all diversity, equity, and inclusion. And Eddie Reed should call them African Americans. Don't call them the N-word. Call them fools African Americans who brought other people from other countries to take care of them because they hate poor black people. That's code word for what African Americans do. People of color, black and brown. Those
minority.
That's the code words for take care of everybody
but
black
us.
folks. Okay? And don't let nobody tell y'all different. And who pushed that? African Americans, black Greeks. Those are not black people. They look like they black. Sometimes they may even act black. But when you look at who they get a contract to, the jobs, they give to everybody but black folks. And that's why we didn't win against them. And we're on a whole separate page. And last but not least, you don't take your children over to the area with half human beings, and then when they go crazy, you say they went crazy. You didn't know they was crazy from the beginning. They're not full human beings. And I'm talking about white folks. By nature, they are not full human beings. They will get drunk. A white boy will get drunk and kill his whole family. Y'all. Make no mistake about them. And the sister that's in this room, what's her name, LaDonna? Tell them about all them shows, Wives with Knives and all that stuff. It ain't about no black people. It's about them when y'all be white. What's that network y'all watch all them shows on?
What, Tubi?
No. I'm talking about the one that all them shows that talk about all them white folks, how they killed their family.
Oh,
you
talking about Snapped.
Yeah,
Isn't that Lifetime?
No, it's a network by all them
all right,
shows.
I know what you mean.
On it.
Yeah.
Right. So I just want to just say that. And so a lot of y'all get a little education of a couple dollars and you move over there around them, know they hate you, hate your kids, and you still stay around them. And then when they kill one of your kids, then everybody got to go fight for them. Stay your black ass from over there. Stay from over there. But the kids, they don't know. We mess with them Republicans, but we ain't trying to live with them, love on them, none of that. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, we're over
King
the break.
Carter.
Thank you so much, Mark Carter, for calling in and giving us that moment. I appreciate you. Guys, we got to go to news, traffic, and weather. And when we come back, more of your calls on the other side. And we're going to talk about this hazing situation that happened in Miami when it comes to, I think it was what did I say, an FBI agent? One of them, something like that. We'll be back, guys, on the afternoon show.
Good afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here's what's happening in your local and national news. Chicago's South and West Side residents are feeling the effects of the recent Save-A-Lot closures. WVON's intern Caleb Patton found this report from a Save-A-Lot on West 63rd Street.
So that's not cool, though, man, that they shutting down all of these stores.
In 2024, the company Yellow Banana received a $13.5 million subsidy to renovate 5 of its stores. But a couple years later, shut all 7. A healthcare provider near the 63rd Street Save-A-Lot said she's now concerned about where her patients will get nutritious food.
I'm a provider here at the clinic, and I do see it affect the patients that I serve, just not having access to food or not being able to, adhere to the diets that we prescribed in order to maintain their health. It is affecting people in a really big way.
This woman feels they're turning their back on poor Black people.
I really hate it when they close Whole Food. I'm a Whole Food person, but I noticed that they closing all the Save-A-Lots in our neighborhood and our community, people of color. I'm not happy with that.
Store officials blame their financial struggles on the cuts in SNAP benefits. Kayla Patton, Our News Now, 1690 WVON.
In other news, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker has signed a statewide school cell phone policy aimed at reducing distractions in classrooms. The law requires public school districts to establish rules limiting student cell phone use during the school day. Supporters say the measure will help students stay focused, improve learning, and increase classroom engagement. Schools will have flexibility in deciding how to manage and enforce the new cell phone restrictions. In other news, Dr. Anthony Fauci is set to testify before a GOP-led Senate panel about the COVID-19 pandemic. The hearing is expected to be tense, with Republicans questioning Fauci's handling of pandemic information and the origins of the virus. The testimony comes after Senator Rand Paul released documents he says challenge Fauci's actions during the pandemic. Former President Biden previously issued a pardon for Fauci, citing concerns over possible politically motivated prosecutions. And Ohio Governor Mike DeWine is speaking out against a plan to deport Haitian migrants, calling it a mistake. The Republican governor says the move could harm Ohio's economy and put people's lives at risk. The comments come as hundreds of thousands of Haitians face the loss of temporary protected status following a Supreme Court ruling. Immigration officials are preparing deportation operations after the protections expire. I'm Logan Page, and that's what's happening in your news now on WVON 1690 AM.
In July, Vaughn TV has your summer watch list covered. Go behind the headlines with the official launch of Portraits in Color, featuring candid conversations with music executive Matthew Knowles, community leader Jotaka Edie, and actress Danielle Truitt.
My family's very proud. It was very cool to, when the show first came out and to see myself in those credits, with dun 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 dun, and be like, that's me. That's crazy, It is very cool to be a part of the legacy of Law and Order now.
And that's just the beginning. Premiering this month, Serenity, Strength, and Style with Sylvia Ewing and Friends, a fresh new series featuring inspiring conversations about health, wellness, creativity, and living life to the fullest. This July, there's something for everyone on Vaughn TV. Watch on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV Plus, the WVON app, or at Vaughn.tv. Vaughn TV, for the culture, by the culture.
Protect your money and build your wealth. Sundays at 3 p.m., host and owners of Top & Top Insurance Agency, Clydell and Betty Top, teach you about protecting your assets, 401ks, annuities, life after retirement, the differences and benefits of life insurance, and they take questions. Their advice can enhance your financial future and your legacy. Call for a free WVON financial consultation, 773-881-8110. Tune in Sundays at 3 p.m. to protect your money and build your wealth. Powered by Top & Top Insurance Agency.
This report is brought to you by RockAuto.com. A bent tie rod can quickly bring a drive to a halt. For parts needed to get back on the road, visit RockAuto.com. Find a wide selection of quality parts at reliably low prices, delivered right at your door. All the parts your car will ever need. Rock Auto.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Good afternoon, Chicago. Wishing you safe travels to your next destination, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here is your traffic update. Dan Ryan, downtown at 95th. Stop and go traffic, 24 minutes. I-57, Ryan to I-80. Slow go, 28 minutes. Bishop Ford, Ryan to I-80, 94. Slow go due to road work, 21 minutes. Stevenson, DuSable, Lakeshore Drive. To the Tri-State, slow go, 36 minutes. Eisenhower, Wolfville Post Office, stop and go traffic, 44 minutes. Kennedy, downtown to O'Hare is at a snail speed, 57 minutes. And Edens, Montrose Lake Cook, their accident has cleared. Edens at Church Street, 19 minutes. Your weather for today, Chicago, cooler, less humid, high of 78 and a low of 67. Tomorrow, warm and dry, high of 83 and a low of 68. It's currently 78 degrees and partly cloudy. That's your traffic and weather update now. I'm Logan Page on the dock of Chicago, WVON 1690 AM.
Now back to Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
You're gonna get much more. There's my chair. I put it there. Everything you see is with love and care. It's my house and I live here.
You know what? You're listening to the afternoon show on WVON 1690, 63 years and counting.
Yes.
My name is Dr. LaDonna Raeh, and I'm with State Rep Ken Dunkin,
Hey.
an intern and Howard University student.
Third year rising.
Yes, Layla Batiste.
Are you good at Howard right now? They didn't really pull your admissions.
I'm still working on that. I actually have a big financial aid balance. It's been a big issue. I'm a transfer student, so they weren't able to establish my major even though I filled out the forms to have it changed multiple times. I've lost scholarships because of this, and also they haven't even process my loan for last semester. So now it looks like, on top of that, they charge me twice for tuition. So I've been calling and calling and calling, trying to get my balance cleared. They're telling kids if you don't register within 3 days, you have to pay $200 to sign up for your classes. So right now I'm waiting. I'm doing all the right steps. I've emailed the dean of pretty much every college on the campus, and I've gotten no response. I've gotten the same robotic responses, email financial aid. Well, I've done that, and I've gotten no response. So what next?
Sounds like we need to post up.
It sounds like the same stuff that was going on when I was in Morehouse is going on yet still today. And it's not just HBCUs. Now, I got some clarity on that. Because, my youngest attended Michigan State.
Okay.
But HBCUs, we got to get our stuff together. This stuff is not complicated.
Well, what do you think the issue is? Processing? Staff?
I don't know.
I mean, what is it?
But this is going on
we can't
several
say get our
decades
stuff
now.
together and not have a solution.
I mean,
what is the
how
problem?
complicated is it to process an application and to track and follow someone? Right now, follow a student. You have information technology. You have a folder you can put in. It's not complicated. You can track anything and anybody down.
Maybe we should find out and talk to someone who does this processing and find out
That part. Let's
Yeah.
get somebody from Howard.
Absolutely.
And Tuskegee.
All of
and,
them.
And Spelman.
Texas
Morehouse.
Southern University. I mean, we can
Lincoln.
keep going. Keep going. All right, guys. We're talking about a myriad of things, but I do want to shift gears. And callers, too, you can stay on. Brother Chris, I'm going to get you and JR real quick. But I do want to lead in with something. We've been talking about how Atiba has been out due to his kidney transplant.
Yes,
and he is healing nicely and recovering smoothly or successfully from his kidney transplant. And because we've watched him being somebody who we care about and go through that journey, the words kidney failure hits a little differently around here.
Yes.
Okay. But imagine a young man with healthy kidneys and allegedly being beaten so severely during a hazing ritual that your muscles begin to break down and your kidneys fail. And ultimately you die. Yeah. According to authorities in a case now making national headlines, a Secret Service agent has been charged in connection with the fatal hazing of another man. Prosecutors allege the victim was struck repeatedly with canes and paddles as part of a fraternity-related process. And this wasn't somebody saying, man, they hit me pretty hard. This was allegedly a medical catastrophe. And I know, Layla, because you are on campus and you see things every day, including maybe a little bit of hazing situations, I know you have some thoughts on this. But before we get your thoughts on this, and I'll come to you, Ken, because I know you pledged, I'm going to grab these callers. Brother Chris, you're live on WVON.
Good afternoon, Dr. LaDonna, Brother Dunkin, and that young superstar. What we say, what the old folks used to say, she come from good stock. That young woman, the way she's able to articulate and what her position is, you can tell she's been around, old souls, and she has wisdom for her young little self with 20 years of age, and that should be embraced. And like with older generations, sometimes it doesn't jive, but that young lady needs to be embraced. And the young people, they get kicked, whether they do the right thing, whether they do the wrong thing. Some of them with the team takeovers or whatever. That doesn't apply to this young lady here. And older generations, they might have blinders on and think one way, but you can have a different formula and still, reach the goals. And I think as an elder statesman, Brother Art needs to, sometimes think a little bit outside of the box. But, that young lady is on time. She should be embraced. And I'm going to leave my number at the station. and throw you a couple $100 for your school, because like I said, you need to be embraced. And thank y'all very much.
I love that. So hold on, Brother Chris. Don't hang up because we're going to get that money. Matt, go ahead and grab his information. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and get JR. That was really sweet. That's what I'm talking about. Action, guys. Hey, JR.
Well, Brother Chris is a part of the WVON family as well.
Of course. JR, you're live on WVON.
How y'all doing today?
Doing swell-tastic, thank you.
Look here, I mean, I'm gonna go off of the last subject that you all were just talking about. I've been calling this radio station for years, and I've been listening for years. And black people do want change. It's just that we don't want to do the work a lot of times to make that change the way we need to.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think we don't want to do the work?
I think a lot of things we want to do what the government, the United States, the people that we have been raised upon, they give us any and everything, and then we feel like we can still do that, but we want to repair and fix some of the issues that we have in our community. This is one of the standing issues that I've been having with your guy Atiba. Atiba, he's a very smart guy, but Atiba wants to do everything that our culture and our people are given, and is not good for the community. He wants to do it, but then say, well, we need help with getting this done, or we should be doing this, but we can also still do this that are not good for our people. And I've been saying this for years. The family is the central part of us fixing what we have going on in our communities in 2026. And if we don't fix that, because that's the start. If we don't fix that, we're going to continue to have the same issues over and over and over again. And that comes with education and the family values. And I think that if black people would focus on that instead of focusing on everything else that is not good for the family, we're not going to go anywhere. I'm talking about the union jobs and stuff like that. So a lot of people, the coaches, they have these families, and their dads, their uncles, they work for these city jobs, and they pass it right on down to their children. We the only ones that say, oh, it's okay to be a single mom. Oh, it's okay to practice LGBTQ. Oh, it's okay to do this. Let's put that all in. It's okay to smoke weed. It's not okay for us. We need to really start saying we have to do the work. And if we don't start preaching that, and stop saying that everything is okay for us to do in our community when we're trying to change, we're not going to do anything. It's like a hamster in a wheel.
Hey, JR.
Keep going around and around.
JR, you and I are on the same page for the most part. But here's what I'll say. You're speaking of outliers. The majority of black people, and you're talking to a conservative brother with an open mind, the majority of black people work hard every day. They go to school. We abhor any violence in our communities. We take care of our households, and whether we're with a woman or not as black men, but we go to church, we go to the mosque. Most black people in America are highly responsible and productive. So, but oftentimes we can really just sort of go off on the deep end of looking at some of the outliers, and that's a very small minority of black people, because most of them, I'm sure you associate with some of the, at least some of the best and brightest minds or people who are responsible, right?
I agree.
So I want to continue to accelerate and accentuate the positive, as George O'Hara used to talk about, in terms of our black people. That's the stock that I come from, and I come out of Cabrini Green, a 19-story building. So I hear you, brother.
Can I counter that real quick?
You get like 6 seconds.
All right, let me say this. I agree with you. What I am saying is that there's a lot of us on radio, television, and entertainment-wise. We're preaching the wrong things to our community. We're constantly talking about things that are not good for us. We need to start telling each other this is just not good for our growth. And that's what I'm talking about. And if we don't start talking about what is good for the whole culture, then we're doing nothing but talking in circles. We need to start preaching to our group. Family values is the most important thing to the black culture today because we are struggling. Look at the stuff that's going on in the universities. These
Gotcha.
kids work for the city. Look at these kids. They're going to schools. They're wearing bonnets. They're wearing shorts. They're wearing house shoes. This is not
Again,
acceptable.
outliers.
I mean, we talked about that
Yeah.
yesterday, how that's not
That
what
is-
our people should be
And,
doing.
and that's not the majority.
That's not the majority. That's not the majority. All I'm saying is we need to make sure that we continue to stay on task and start telling our people the right things to do. We need to start preaching education and family. Anything that contradicts that or conflicts with that, we need to totally disregard it, or we need to tell whoever is talking about
All
it.
right, I gotta let you go.
Got
All
it.
right, guys, we're going to traffic and weather, and when we come back, we're gonna come back to the comment the topic that we were talking about in the middle of a segment. Right? This has been Alphabet Soup. Okay, just so you know, Alphabet Soup Tuesday. We'll be right back.
More from Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh coming up on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Tylerman International Social Awareness Film Festival is about more than movies. It's about raising the consciousness of the world by exploring injustice through art and creativity. Be there August 1st and 2nd for the 8th Annual Tylerman International Social Awareness Film Festival at Cantini Park on Winfield Road in Wheaton. Enjoy over 30 films in 2 days. Meet this year's Amir Locke Saving the Youth Award recipient Christopher Paul Horn of Unheard Voices. When a 17-year-old is sentenced to 40 years in a Texas prison for a robbery committed with a toy gun, his mother Tasha Mills is shattered. Watch this special screening, then join the mother and the film's director as they discuss this powerful movie, her best-selling memoir, and the latest on her son's case. Enjoy this year's films and lively panel discussions happening all day Saturday and Sunday, August 1st and 2nd at the Tylerman International Social Awareness Film Festival at Cantini Park on Winfield Road in Wheaton. The event is free, but donations are welcome. Visit TylermanFilms.com for more info. For vendor information, call Andrew Tyler at 651-756-0184.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS is not slowing down, and the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency, with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank account, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, fighting to protect our clients' assets and secure them the best possible deal. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-659-4866. 800-659-4866. 800-659-4866.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey Alexa, play WVON 1690 AM.
Getting WVON 1690 AM station from iHeartRadio.
Try it out for yourself. America is listening to WVON.
This report is brought to you by ComEd, powering lives. Here's a great savings idea. Did you know you've got the power to manage your energy? Yep, from usage alerts to energy-saving programs and more. ComEd has all kinds of ideas to help you gain control over your energy-saving costs. Find out more at ComEd.com/energy savings.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Good afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here is your traffic update. Dan Ryan, downtown at 95th. Slow go, 22 minutes. I-57, rides I-80, slow-moving traffic, 20 minutes. Bishop Ford, rides I-80, 94. Slow-moving traffic due to road work, 21 minutes. Stevenson, DuSable, Lakeshore Drive. To the Tri-State, slow go to 35 minutes. Eisenhower, Wolfton Post Office, 42 minutes of stop-and-go traffic. Kennedy downtown to O'Hare, 27-minute delay, 51 minutes. In Edens, Montrose Cook, reckless driving reported. Edens at Winnetka Road, 17 minutes. Weather for today, Chicago, cooler, less humid, high of 78 and a low of 67. Tomorrow, warm and dry, high of 83 and a low of 68. It's currently 78 degrees and partly cloudy. That's your traffic and weather update now. I'm Logan Page on the Talk Chicago, WVON 1690 AM.
Now back to Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
I've been looking for you.
Haven't you heard?
Look, speaking of looking, are you heading to Lollapalooza in Grant Park or spending the day exploring the Chicago Cultural Center downtown? Skip the crowded expressways, expensive parking, and downtown driving and ride Metra instead. With affordable fares, convenient service into the heart of Chicago, and easy ticketing through the Ventra app, Metra lets you spend less time getting there and more time enjoying the city. From festival stages to Chicago's cultural treasures, make Metra part of your summer adventure. Drive less, do more. Take Metra.
Right? Who goes to Lollapalooza and not take Metra?
I don't know.
Matt.
Apparently a lot of people.
Who drives?
But the convenience, I will tell you, the convenience of Metra, because
It's
the
excellent.
station is right there at Millennium Park.
It's right there. And
Randolph.
so I say Matt because
Yeah.
Matt grew up in the suburbs. And Lollapalooza, you see all of the region of Chicago and the country. Smart people take Metra. Am I right, Matt?
Absolutely.
Who drives? I had so many friends with DUIs, like grown people, because they didn't take
Also,
Metro.
those are friends you hang with.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, I knew there was something about
Like-
you.
I got some crazy friends coming into town.
Yeah, well, this is the afternoon show, in case you haven't heard. And yes, we did give you a little bit of a teaser for our 5 o'clock, and that is about Atiba. You know, Atiba's recovering successfully.
Yes.
I spoke to him yesterday, and he texted me today.
You're so
that's-
thoughtful.
Yeah, he texted me today, actually.
And
So-
I say, Atiba, if you're listening, and you better be listening, Atiba,
or else what?
get well soon.
Now.
If you want your co-host here,
Wow.
when you get back, you better hurry up and get back, because I'm going to put her in 2 headlocks.
And he might. But, you know, we did talk.
Don't rush nothing.
Right. We did talk about, we talked about a lot today, but I want to get to Nicole for sure. And of course, Layla, I want to give you the floor.
Please.
But as we move through this time of healing for Atiba, I want you guys to really understand the importance of hearing from you, because you listen every day. He talks to you every day normally.
He does.
And if you download the WVON app and you hit the open mic feature, you can tell him whatever you want, whatever you like. And we will send that to him so that he can hear those well wishes.
Aw, that's so nice.
And believe it or not, that promotes healing. It really does.
I love that. Yeah, it's positive energy.
Yeah, I can
And he
speak
gives,
to
Atiba
that.
gives a lot of positive energy.
Absolutely, he does. And even
He's a
now,
beautiful
trying.
brother.
He's pushing through it.
Yeah.
But I can speak to that because I remember when my entire 6th grade class sent me well wish cards. You know, get well,
Nice.
get well soon, come back to school. It made me feel, you know, wanted, validated,
Yes.
and encouraged. And I think it helped. In fact, I know it did, because I was paralyzed on my right side from the neck down. And now I'm able
Jeez,
to
girl,
outrun
you have
any
a
boy.
life story.
It's all the same situation, but you know, I do thank God for those, for class. Look, class of, dang, now I'm gonna tell my class of '89 Beasley Academic Center. I want to say thank you so much for encouraging me and getting me to where I am today, because without you, I wouldn't be here. So that's for real.
Love that.
So I want to hear you guys encourage Atiba as well.
Good stuff.
Layla Batiste.
Hey.
Okay, so your thoughts. I mean, what you got? You got a lot going on.
Her
over
name
there.
was Layla.
I mean, going off of the
Hold on,
conversation
Nicole.
we had just recently had, I think hazing at Howard looks a bit different than hazing at maybe more major universities. Our fraternities aren't really as obnoxious as the ones that you might see somewhere else. However, They are always on the yard. They are always strolling. I mean, it's always something going on with them. I'm not really so much involved with that, so I can't speak too much on it. However, for the sororities, I know a lot of my friends who have done sororities, modeling organizations, a lot of organizations on campus, and they all have the same level of secrecy. You can't tell anybody about this. You can't go outside past a certain night. If I catch you outside, I'm going to take a picture of it and send it to the leader, and you won't be able to be in this organization anymore. And I didn't realize how serious it was until my friends were really telling me, hey, I can't hang out. Like, I really can't do this. And I'm like, wow, why are we sacrificing a lot of our freedoms, our fun? You know, it's a fun thing to post on social media. It's fun to go out and party with your friends. And so a lot of it is just very odd social ostracization. And I think it's really affected social media, or it's been affected by social media, and that has the biggest impact on people because they're scared if they're not on the thing and they told everyone they were going to join the modeling organization and they're not posted, everyone's going to know that they didn't make it. You know, like if
That's a lot of pressure.
Some of it's cult-like.
Yeah, that is cult-like.
Yeah, I think it's very cult-like. I don't believe in, doing, taking away your freedoms for another organization. I don't believe in that at all. But I know a lot of people feel like these organizations are the only way they'll excel at Howard. It's the only way.
Or be part of something.
I'll find a community. And they are willing to go and make those sacrifices for that community.
I love it. Well, Nicole, we're gonna pick
Good
you
point.
up right after the break. I promise you. We're not
another
gonna
break?
say anything. We're going straight to Nicole. All right? And Nicole's gonna give us 2 minutes of what she's been holding to say right here on the afternoon show. We'll be right back.
When we come black, because we are.
I'm black already.
Hey Chicago, hey, I'm Logan Page and here are your news headlines. Chicago area recovers after severe storm damage. Bridgeview Courthouse in Chicago's southwest suburb faces power outage. Johnson & Johnson proposes talc lawsuit settlement, and Lidl recalls cookies due to undeclared allergens. National news from the Black Information Network is up next on Chicago's only urban talk radio station, 1690 AM, WVON, Berwyn, Chicago.
Here's BIN News Now. A public feud is growing in Texas politics as agricultural commissioner Sid Miller accuses Governor Greg Abbott of favoring the data center industry.
Millions of dollars from the data center. Go look at the Ethics Commission.
Miller claims Abbott's efforts to protect consumers are inadequate, pointing to recent campaign donations from business leaders tied to major data center projects. Tuskegee University has updated its student dress code and conduct policy, banning items such as bonnets, do-rags, bedroom slippers, and revealing clothing in classrooms and dining halls. University leaders say the changes are designed to promote professionalism, career readiness, and workplace expectations. And a federal judge in Virginia is ordering the FDA to review restrictions on the abortion pill mifepristone. The ruling stems from a lawsuit filed by several states, with the court finding the agency must take a closer look at regulations governing access to the medication. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app. Here's Terry McCready.
A primary runoff and a U.S. special election underway today in 2 states. In Georgia, 6 candidates are running to serve out the remaining term of late Democratic Congressman David Scott, who passed away in April. Scott served as the top Democrat on the House Agriculture Committee from 2021 until last year and was its first black chair. The contest in the Deep Blue District has 4 Democrats and 2 Republicans on the ballot. Meanwhile, in South Dakota, Republican voters will decide between Governor Larry Roden and businessman Toby Doden in the primary runoff for governor. The primary calendar kicking back into high gear next week with contests in Michigan, Kansas, Missouri, Virginia, and Washington. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries is pushing affordability as the #1 campaign issue heading into the midterms.
In 100 days, you can vote for an America that is affordable
and lower the cost of groceries, gas, and housing. In 100 days, you can vote for an America where affordable health care is available to every single citizen.
Speaking at a weekend campaign event for Pennsylvania congressional candidate Bob Brooks, Jeffries said when you work hard and play by the rules, you should be able to live an affordable middle-class life. Jeffries says affordability involves a number of ideas to lower costs, including ending President Trump's tariffs and ending the war in Iran. He also said it's necessary to clean up what's going on in what he calls the dumpster fire of Washington, D.C. The federal government is pushing to reauthorize funding for the renovation of New York's Penn Station, but with the caveat of a name change attached. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy wants to allow billions of dollars in funding to go toward Penn Station, but only if it gets renamed after President Trump. Senator Chuck Schumer says there's no way that's happening.
Any bill that renames Penn Station for Trump is dead in the United States Senate. I will block it. It ain't happening, Donald Trump. Forget about it.
The directive did not specify exactly what the DOT would want the hub renamed, but it comes after Duffy floated the idea of the name Trump Station last year. Penn Station's renovation is expected to cost over $8 billion. Former President Barack Obama headlining a redistricting fundraiser for the National Democratic Redistricting Committee. The event is scheduled for August 31st and will include a dinner and discussion. The fundraiser comes as Democrats are looking to push back on Republican efforts to redraw maps nationwide, as well as gain control of the House and Senate. Under former Attorney General Eric Holder's leadership, the NDRC is now looking to rework campaign strategy, fundraising, ballot initiatives, and lawsuits in the state redistricting fight. Stay informed, stay connected, and subscribe. Follow VIN News this hour wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Terry McCready for the Black Information Network.
Ada S. McKinley provides behavioral and mental health services at 4 Southside clinics. They serve people of all ages with a strong focus on therapy, counseling, and youth crisis. Their counselors and mental health professionals are well-trained and experienced in treating problems caused by emotional distress and or trauma. To schedule an appointment, call 312-761-1099 or visit adasmckinley.org.
Shop small with Wintrust Bank and celebrate the heart of our community, our local businesses. Listen as we share a list of small businesses throughout our community that we can shop, dine, and support throughout the year. These businesses are the economic engine that drives our neighborhoods. Wintrust knows that. That's why they're Chicago's bank and why they're encouraging you to shop local. Keep listening for the Wintrust Community Business Spotlight campaign. With Wintrust, shopping small is a big deal.
It's Cleopatra Draper.
I liken myself to be a great listener, and what I just heard was rhetoric. You gone on Magaland, and they got you real good. And I don't know if you can come back to reality, but in reality, those insurrectionist thugs that you are acknowledging that attacked police officers that they proclaim that they love, that attacked the halls of Congress that we say that we love, that attacked the Constitution and was not only pardoned, but was almost granted reparations, is a slap in the face for the Constitution that you saying you're fighting for.
Middays at 9 a.m. on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
This report is brought to you by RockAuto.com. A bent tie rod can quickly bring a drive to a halt. For parts needed to get back on the road, visit RockAuto.com. Find a wide selection of quality parts at reliably low prices, delivered right at your door. All the parts your car will ever need. Rock Auto.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Good afternoon, Chicago. I hope you're having safe travels. I'm Logan Page, and here is your traffic update. Dan Ryan, downtown at 95th, slow go 21 minutes. I-57 Ryan to I-80, slow moving traffic 17 minutes. Bishop Ford Ryan to I-80, 94, slow moving traffic due to road work 21 minutes. Stevenson to Stumble, Lakeshore Drive to the Tri-State, slow moving traffic 35 minutes. Eisenhower, Wolftown Post Office, stop and go traffic 46 minutes. Kennedy downtown to O'Hare, stop and go traffic 48 minutes. And Eden's Montrose Lake Cook, there is a report of reckless driving. Eden's Winnetka Road 17 minutes. Your weather for today, Chicago. Cooler, less humid. High of 78 and a low of 67. Tomorrow, warm and dry. High of 83 and a low of 68. It's currently 77 degrees and partly cloudy. That's your traffic and weather update now. I'm Logan Page on the Talk Chicago WVON 1690 AM.
From the Xfinity Studios at WVON, it's Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh on Chicago's Essential Storyteller, 1690 WVON.
This is #1 champion sound, yeah, Estelle, we about to get down. Who the hottest in the world right now? Just touched down in London town. Bet they give me a pound. Tell 'em put the money in my hand right now. Set up a motor, we need more seats. We just sold out all the floor seats. Take me on a trip, I'd like to go someday. Take me to
Yeah, I chose that reference, Ken Duncan. During your mic is hot. Like we're on. We're back. You hear the music? I tell you, I
I
gotta
play this song. It's my favorite song.
I like this song too. That's what I'm telling you guys. All right, you're listening to the afternoon show, 773-591-1690. We're doing Alphabet Soup Tuesday, which means we're talking about multiple topics at the same time, and you guys kept up with us, which was great.
You know I want to hear the rest of this song.
Yeah, but we get shut down on our live stream, so I'm sorry, Ken.
Hey,
You
Matt,
can't have it your way.
Roll with me, man.
Yeah, let's go. No, Matt, what's the name of the show?
Ooh,
okay,
ooh.
let's go to Nicole, please. Let's get Nicole.
I thought I was your co-host.
You are my co-host.
Not your sub-co-host.
You are my
Atiba, get healthy.
Yeah. Hi, Nicole. You're live.
Hi.
Nicole, wait. Let me start with thanking you because you were patient.
She was.
So I want to definitely thank you for holding and let you know that we recognize that.
We
Thank
see you, Nicole.
Oh, thank you.
And I was fighting for you all during the commercial break.
No, he wasn't. He was trying to talk some more. I'm telling you. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Nicole.
I heard him. It's okay. It's okay. It's just, I just want to say that if we don't reach our children in grammar school, then that's why we lose them in high school. Okay? The grammar school, they're with the same for 8 years, kindergarten through 8 years. So you lose them when they get to high school because now they're starting over. There's no familiarity. All they know are their peers. So if the schools could communicate and reach these kids while they're in the grammar schools with the trade schools, introduce the parents to the programs that their children can get when they enter into 9th grade so that they're not just trying to figure everything out right when they get to high school. My son went to the Dunbar program, the dual enrollment program, but you can't get into that program until you're in your junior year. They need to be reached earlier in order for us not to lose them. I have 3 children. I'm glad that they're all out of high school. They've gone on and done the things that they want to do in life to prosper themselves. But I'm so glad that I don't have to bring another child up through the way the school system has been torn apart. These kids are intimidated by the sight of books because they took the textbooks out of the school. When I was in school, I was able to touch the book, read the book, go to the back of the book and look the glossary, the index. I was able to find the information with my hands and everything. Now I'm not bashing technology, but the root foundation is tangible and not just social media. What else?
Well,
you
I
summed
would
it up
love for
there,
Layla
yeah.
Batiste to respond to that because I think there's a little bit of hateration. No, not you, Nicole.
mean hateration?
In terms of the access to information and technology that we had, shepherdizing and the Dewey Decimal System in the library compared to technology right now.
Well, coming from the lab school,
Thanks, Nicole.
we were
Thank you.
surrounded with new technology and new advancements all the time.
Yep.
But one thing that the librarians really did drill into us is how to find our own books, how to do our own research, how to do everything without the internet. And so for my early middle school years, I remember going to the library and, like you described, finding all the information with your hands. And I remember 2022 was around the time ChatGPT came out. That was my senior year. And so I'm wondering how all the lower classmen around me are getting into these advanced classes, and suddenly my friends are writing amazing essays
Right.
for their college applications, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I know that's not you. I know you're not interested in this. I don't know where you're getting this from. And then ChatGPT starts coming out, and I'm like, oh, okay. So everyone's got a one-up now. So it's like everyone doesn't even have to do their own research anymore. It's become easy, and people have become lazy in schools. And I think we need to make it an intentional effort to do more hands-on learning.
Yeah, there was a professor that hid white fonts in a midterm.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah,
That was
Jason
good.
Gibson. That was 4 days ago. We're actually going to talk about that. I
We should
reached
bring him
out to
on.
him. I reached out to him. So I'm waiting to hear back from him. But I definitely want to talk about that. You know, let's go back to the particular topic at hand that we're moving to right now. This is on NBC, where the Secret Service agent charged in near fatal hazing with canes and paddles that led to victims' kidney failure. Okay, so Marquez, I think I'm saying that right, Marquez, Christopher Pinder, 29, was placed on administrative leave, and the Secret Service is fully cooperating with the investigation, the agency says. A Secret Service agent in Florida and 2 other people were arrested in connection with a brutal, days-long college hazing ritual that nearly ended in a victim's death, officials said on Sunday. Marquez Christopher Pinder, 29, was placed on, I said all that, but that was in the headline. But Pinder, Jared Lamar James, 26, and Elijah Delano Duyas, 29, have also been booked on suspicion of attempted manslaughter with a deadly weapon, aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, and hazing with a deadly weapon, according to Miami-Dade State Attorney's Office. Now, when you look at something like this, yes, thank you so much for pointing out on our social media on Facebook. Hopefully you shared the show, that Black fraternities and sororities, this is nothing new for them when it comes to hazing. We get that. Nothing is new under the sun if you really think about it. Everything we report has happened before. However, we're talking about this particular situation because it led to kidney failure, which is something that our dear co-host and friend of and WVON staff member has dealt with for 17 years of dialysis. For whatever reason, it was heart health that led him to kidney failure. But for someone who had perfectly working kidneys to go through hazing and now end up with kidney failure, not to mention this happened during COVID also. People who had perfectly working kidneys went through COVID, and whatever immunization or shot or vaccination, let me say it right, now they have kidney failure. So let's bring this back full circle. How can we tie this together with how ethical is hazing when you've seen it on your campus? And Ken, you've actually been through it. Ken, you've actually been through it.
Yes.
Ken, what say you? Would you allow your children to go through the same type of hazing that you went through? Let's start there.
You just wanted to put me on the spot.
I did.
So I was pledged, and I'm not going to talk about the specifics, quite frankly.
Of course not.
Because
it's a secret.
It was a process. Let me tell you, I'm not going through it again. And one of the reasons that male and female sororities and fraternity members put others through the paces is because we went through hell, right? And they're like, you are not sneaking in my frat or my sorority on for no GP. We gonna get at you, and getting at you is relative. We don't get at you like we did.
But why does it have to be so brutal and violent?
Who says it? I'm not admitting to any of that, by the way.
Of course not.
On this live mic. But we went through a process.
I saw School Days.
All right, okay. All right. But you didn't see the Brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated getting made.
I did not.
And so,
but remember, I have 4 sons, and one of them pledged.
Okay. So this is grad chapter as well, not just undergrad.
That's true.
So,
but grad chapter's a lot more lenient. Am I correct?
Allegedly.
Yeah.
It depends on what you're pledging.
All right.
So what sorority? And look, let me tell you something. Sororities, I would say, are probably worse than fraternities in terms of pledging, quite as it's kept. I'll leave it alone.
I love how you're deflecting. Let's go ahead and get to our traffic and weather break. But Earl, we see you holding, and when we come back, we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about how hazing is part of the fraternity pledging, and should it be? Should it evolve into something that's less physically abusive
Why you just
and
saying it's
risky?
physical? Who's saying it's physical?
Too many stories, son. I didn't even have to pledge to know what's going on. Guys, we'll be right back.
More from Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh coming up on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only, not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
It's Cleopatra Draper.
But when you say certain things like that, it's just
Well,
not
I
right.
know it's your joke.
I know, that's why you called me.
I'm reading the article right here.
Yeah, but you can read, but
Section 2.
yeah, but as you read in the Constitution, they are moving the goalposts. Bianca, you too old for this.
Nobody's moving the goalposts.
Oh, nobody's moving the goalposts? Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. They definitely are. And you that big black hope on the 50-yard line saying, let me play.
Middays at 9 a.m. on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
3 days, 3 phenomenal women, award-winning commentator Joy Reid, and the ultimate it girl Keke Palmer, and gospel's best Leandria Johnson, only at the Black Women's Expo, Friday, July 31st through Sunday, August 2nd at McCormick Place. Plus, live entertainment from the main stage featuring American Idol's Keela Richardson and the Los Angeles-based duo Shakespeare blending R&B, soul and pop, a house music party with DJ Celeste Alexander, and much more. Community, beauty, wellness, food, family fun, powerful conversations, and shopping all in one place. Half-price adult tickets at all Walgreens locations. Sponsored by University of Chicago Medicine, Humana, City Colleges of Chicago, Rush University Medical Center, and Vive Healthcare. Check out the lineup at www.bwenext.com for more details.
Get your outfits, grab your crew, and get on board with the Me+3 special starting at $1,000 per person. This time, join the Foundation Fantastic Voyage 2025 cruise will be fun, entertaining, and this will be a once-in-a-lifetime event with seminars, fitness workouts, parades, concerts, and much more starting at $1,000. Call 214-495-1963 to book your Me+3 cabin. Prices are based on 4 passengers in the cabin, so book today while they last and before cabins are sold out.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text LION to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text LION to 42424. That's LION to 42424.
This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com. A failed strut can turn any drive into a rough ride. When it's time for repairs, Rock Auto makes finding the right part easy. Shop name brands at lower prices and have parts shipped directly to your door. All the parts your car will ever need. Rock Auto.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Wishing safe travels to all my Chicago commuters. Today, I'm Logan Page, and here's your traffic update. Dan Ryan, downtown at 95th, slow go, 20 minutes. I-57 Ryan to I-80. Please be cautious. There is an accident on the exit ramp. I-57 to 159th Street, 18 minutes. Bishop Ford Ryan to I-80, 94 slow go due to road work, 21 minutes. Stevenson to Sauble Lakeshore Drive to the Tri-State, slow-moving traffic, 32 minutes. Eisenhower Wolf to Post Office, stop and go traffic, 40 minutes. Kennedy downtown to O'Hare, stop and go traffic, 45 minutes. And Eden's Montrose Lake Cook, there is some reckless driving reported. Eden's at Winnetka Road, 18 minutes. Your weather for today, Chicago, warm and dry. Tomorrow, high of 83 and a low of 68. Today, cooler, less humid, high of 78 and a low of 67. It's currently 77 degrees and partly cloudy. That's your traffic and weather update now. I'm Logan Page on the Talk Chicago, WVON 1690 AM.
Now back to Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
I just wanted to say that. Guys, this is the afternoon show. Yes. LaDonna Raeh, Ken Dunkin.
Why would you want to say that about when Prince did that?
I just
Prince
love
was
that part.
A lot of things.
He was. And he was so instrumental in putting his message in his, right, literally, in his music. If you think about his song, I'm Not a Woman, what song is that? I'm Not a Woman.
I see. So I went to so many Prince concerts.
Hold on, I'm getting to my point. Anyway, he had messaging in his lyrics where he was talking about God, and he wasn't always talking about sex. So it sounds one way, but it was something else. Why can't
He was
I
a
think
devout Jehovah, I thought.
Absolutely, he was. Absolutely, he was.
So Prince was a guy, Layla, that would put on a blouse and high heels and still pull your woman.
Yeah, he definitely got my mom at one point. I know she told me a story. They were backstage at one point. So
Oh, hold on now.
Oh, watch out.
I'm not allowed to say too much. I just know my aunties had a good time.
Oh!
Dang.
With his high heels and silk blouse.
He never let you see him without his heels. I'll tell you that.
But he always came up short.
Depending on how tall you are. Or
Hey.
aren't. There you go.
He measured up, huh?
Oh,
Huh?
okay. Dun-dun-dun. You're good. You know what? Someone put up there, how can we talk about teaching black boys how to read in third grade? Okay, sure.
Well, first let's give.
No. Let's talk about it.
First, let's give.
Let's teach the
CTU
third grader teachers
pay raises.
Pay raise, yeah.
Let's just make sure they're really good.
Let's talk about getting the budget straight first.
No,
we can keep
we gotta
going.
pay the teachers a lot of money.
Lots.
But if Johnny or Jane can't read,
You mean
Megan or
Keisha can't
Austin.
read. It's not that they can't read. It's that they have no one has taken the time to teach them how to read the way that they learn. It's not that they can't read.
Whose job is it to teach kids to read? The parents or the teachers?
Both, unless you're homeschooling them.
Okay.
Period.
My CTU friends.
If I am
get into it on this
mandated to
subject.
put them in school, that means that we are working as a team. Absolutely.
So what the hell is happening? Given the failure of a lot of... This is going to be a campaign issue, by the way. Since today is the first day of petition circulation, you can bet the kids who are not able to read, which is probably why some people go to Parker, Ladin, or Lab.
I would die for you. Thank you, DK Jones. That's a spiritual.
Anyway, I don't want to take the deep... That's a whole nother conversation
It
of,
sure is.
of
You
Chicago
wanna do
teachers.
it tomorrow?
Sure.
Okay. Let's talk about these third graders, okay? Because they're too busy determining if they're going to jail or not versus teaching them how to read.
I bet if your mutual fund was in the direction of investing in prisons for profit and it was making you a lot of money because of these reading scores and people not being able to read, write, or think.
How about I would put
Would
the
you-
actual criminals in the prisons, the actual ones. People that aren't in
The
prisons are
parents
the ones that
who are lazy with
haven't
their damn
been
kids,
caught yet.
who are trying to be friends with their kids.
No.
Freak that.
See, we keep talking about making the black family stronger and making it this and that, but we don't have the objectives laid out.
We do have the objectives.
What are the objectives?
The objective was very clear.
What's clear about it?
I'm going to read.
Because it's not a one size fits all.
Okay, I'm putting a structure around my kids. There was a structure.
Let's do that.
Structure around my kids in terms of time to wake up, time to go to sleep, time to read, and my job. Man, I fell asleep so many times.
Do you think that works for every
in my
kid?
clothes? Listen, let me tell you something. Structure works for every damn human being.
Structure, but
Reading,
structure is
math,
subjective.
and taking the time to invest in that kid at a base level and building upon that. I mean, everybody's talking about how intelligent, articulate Layla Batiste is. What were the
you got it right this time.
The
Okay.
ingredients were, I'm learning. I'm ramping up. What were the ingredients that they put you on your trajectory?
I really think my mom started teaching me how to read and learn in different languages at a young age. She taught me Spanish. It didn't really stick because I've gone through so many languages at school, but it was definitely crucial. I was definitely at a reading level that was above average even for lab school, and so I think it goes both ways. It starts at home and it also starts in the schools. And I think every kid learns differently, so you have to really analyze and see what's the best way that this information can get absorbed for them.
Back to what I said. Now, you didn't mention your dad. I'm going to ask you about that. Is it cool?
My dad?
Yeah. You said my mom. What about dad? What was
And you don't have to talk about nothing you don't want.
Right. My dad passed away from cancer.
I did not know that.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
How old were you when that happened?
I was 12.
Oh dear, I'm so sorry to
It's
hear
all
that.
right.
But your mom picked, man, and so that's still a heavy load. I think that because different people learn different ways, parents parent different ways, and it's not a one size fits all. So yes, you need to invest, but invest what? You need to teach, but teach how. You know what I'm saying? So if you find the formula, great, but not everybody can find that formula.
Aren't there basic, rudimentary
They're not.
teaches,
They're
ways
not.
to teach
You
people
don't-
to read
you
or
need
to
a
do
license
math?
to drive. You need a license to even be a chiropractor.
But the basic rules of the road.
But you don't need a
Yes.
license to be a parent. Therefore, there is no class that is mandated to every parent. That's the problem. See, you don't even you need a license to be a wife, but there's no wife school. So people fail at these things. When you say structure, you expect people to give structure when they haven't even been given structure.
Well, first off,
so I know somebody's gonna post, keep your legs closed. That's not. it's
well,
just
you
not-
know, hey, look, that's an option as well.
It is
Women
an
have more
option.
power than
It's an
than
option,
us.
but guess what? We're past that.
All right, so the structure works for everyone. I can't think of any successful person, let
But not
alone
the same structure,
family.
though.
I didn't say that.
Right.
A structure is a structure.
Mhm.
The nation, Brother Art mentioned the Nation of Islam.
5:31. Dang, that time sneaks up.
Jeez, I want to. Who
gonna
we
get
get
to
to when we
these
get back
callers.
to these
Yeah, we're
calls?
gonna get to
Give
the
them in
callers.
order.
All right, guys.
Recognize
We'll
Ernest.
be right back.
Good afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here's what's happening in your local and national news. Cleanup efforts are underway across the Chicago area following powerful storms that caused widespread damage. Crews are removing downed trees, power lines, and damaged rooftops as weather conditions improve. The National Weather Service is surveying parts of DuPage County and the south suburbs for possible tornado damage after reports of extensive destruction in areas including Glen Ellen, Downers Grove, Markham, Harvey, and Hazel Crest. Utility companies continue working to restore power to thousands of customers affected by outages. In other news, the Cook County Courthouse in southwest suburban Bridgeview is closed due to a power outage following yesterday's storms that were very strong. There is no timetable for when the court will reopen. All court appearances were moved to Layden Criminal Courthouse in Chicago on 26th in California. Felony preliminary hearings will be held August 4th, while traffic and misdemeanor cases will be heard September 6th. New petitions for orders of protection were moved to the courthouse on West Harrison in Chicago. In other news, Johnson & Johnson is offering a $5.5 billion settlement to resolve thousands of lawsuits alleging its talcum powder products cause ovarian cancer. The company says the agreement would cover about 76,000 remaining claims and end years of litigation. Johnson & Johnson continues to deny that its products cause cancer, but says their settlement would help move the company forward. The proposal still requires approval and participation from most claimants. And Lidl is recalling certain cookies sold at its U.S. locations because of its undeclared allergens on the packaging. The Eridanus shortbread cookies with chocolate truffle coating and apricot filling did not list wheat, soy, milk, and eggs in English. Customers in affected states are advised to return the product to Lidl stores for a refund. I'm Logan Page, and that's what's happening in your news now on WVON 1690 AM.
Tylerman International Social Awareness Film Festival is about more than movies. It's about raising the consciousness of the world by exploring injustice through art and creativity. Be there August 1st and 2nd for the 8th annual Tylerman International Social Awareness Film Festival at Cantini Park on Winfield Road in Wheaton. Enjoy over 30 films in 2 days. Meet this year's Amir Locke Saving the Youth Award recipient Christopher Paul Horn of Unheard Voices. When a 17-year-old is sentenced to 40 years in a Texas prison for a robbery committed with a toy gun, his mother Tasha Mills is shattered. Watch this special screening, then join the mother and the film's director as they discuss this powerful movie, her best-selling memoir, and the latest on her son's case. Enjoy this year's films and lively panel discussions happening all day Saturday and Sunday, August 1st and 2nd at the Tylerman International Social Awareness Film Festival at Cantini Park on Winfield Road in Wheaton. The event is free, but donations are welcome. Visit TylermanFilms.com for more info. For vendor information, call Andrew Tyler at 651-756-0184.
Have you checked out WVON's digital streaming network, Vaughn TV? It's everywhere on Roku, Apple TV Plus, Amazon Fire, on the WVON app, and at VON.TV. Vaughn TV, it's cultural content on purpose.
Tune in every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. for Speak On It with Dr. Kofi Malik. You've seen him on cable TV. Now hear his spirited conversation on the Talk of Chicago. The question at hand is raising voices of the Negro. That plain and simple. Tune in every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. for Speak On It with Dr. Kofi Malik on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com. A failed strut can turn any drive into a rough ride. When it's time for repairs, Rock Auto makes finding the right part easy. Shop name brands at lower prices and have parts shipped directly to your door. All the parts your car will ever need. Rock Auto.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Good afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here is your traffic update. Dan Ryan, downtown on 95th. Stop and go traffic, 19 minutes. I-57 right, I-80. No delays. Actually, there is an update. Accident is on the exit ramp I-57 off ramp to 159th Street, 17 minutes. Bishop Ford Ryan, I-80, 94. Slow go due to road work, 20 minutes. Stevenson, DuSable, Lakeshore Drive to the Tri-State. Slow go, 32 minutes. Eisenhower, Wolftoe Post Office, stop and go traffic, 36 minutes. Kennedy downtown to O'Hare, stop and go traffic, 45 minutes. And Edens, Montrose Lake Cook, 3-minute delay, 19 minutes. Your weather for today, Chicago, cooler, less humid, high of 78 and a low of 67. Tomorrow, warm and dry, high of 83 and a low of 68. It's currently 77 degrees and partly cloudy. That's your traffic and weather update on WVON 1690 AM.
Now back to Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
All right. Welcome back to the afternoon show.
Say it to you, if it feels this good getting used, oh, you just keep on using me.
When? Until when? Until what?
Until you use me up.
Yeah. All right. LaDonna Raeh, Ken Duncan, and Layla Batiste in the building on the afternoon show, guys.
Maddie Matt on the ones and twos.
Now, you know what? No, Maddie Matt, that's Matt Rash, because Matt McGill calls himself Matty Matt.
Oh, that's right. My bad.
I don't want to confuse people.
okay.
They're like, wait, he's
you
on
call him
board
Matt
too?
who?
Matt Rash.
Matt Rash?
I can say your name right. I'm sorry.
Why are you giving this full government name out to the public?
You give yours out to the public. All right, here we go. So listen, I know that we've been talking about quite a few topics, guys. You guys have jumped in very, very eloquently and spoke about your opinions on just about everything that we talked about. During the break, I was telling Layla about how I did extend my condolences about her dad. But then I asked her, I said, did you kind of have to step in and help take care of your mom? And I know what that's like. I know that my mom has given me the fundamentals of parenting. And you had mentioned that some of the fundamentals of parenting can come from sex education. See, I don't think that anybody is thinking about it in that sense, just because the way that the Board of Education is laid out, they say, okay, we're going to teach you sex ed, and then you can take child care. Is it child care development that's in high school, right? And I remember that was an elective, especially if you had a kid already. But if they were to teach it at that young age, what do you think the outcome would be?
I think it would allow people to see the harsh realities of what parenting actually is, and it would demonstrate what actually goes into it. And I think a lot of people would think twice for protection and overall what they choose to do with their bodies, because they know that they would have more information on how to be a parent and what being a parent shouldn't look like as well.
I love that. All right, let's go to Karen. Thank you for so much for waiting, Miss Karen. What you got for us? Karen, you're on Karen, you're on VON. There you go.
I had to wait till they pick it up. How are you all doing today?
I'm good. No, I was giving them the signal. Go ahead, Miss Karen.
So I have a statement and then I have a question, and I'm going to hang up and listen. The first statement is, do you all really, and this is from my heart, do you all really believe that education, break down that word education too when I hang up, do you really believe that education, schools, and systems were created to make us great? That's number one. Like, for real, do you really believe that? And let me just say
not according to Rockefeller.
Let me just say this as far as art is concerned. What Art said is 100% correct. What the young lady is producing is 100% correct. But let's be real. That case is not about racism. That case is about everything else that has taken place in this world. Self-preservation, something we don't have. And
right, I remember you saying that yesterday, Miss Karen.
Okay, let me finish. And the reason why I say it is because everything that comes about is about somebody else. Now, there was a man Ken had on last Friday was talking about all the bad stuff that happened when he was in this position. See, we get in positions and we're shown the truth, but they become our friends. Oh, I can't tell on my friends. Because I never hear nobody talk about what really goes on in colleges. And I've been to many colleges and done my own research where women have abortions, guys run trains on women, girls do all kind of abortions and drugs, and nobody really does any work because everybody's busy watching sitcoms. And then they're thrown out into the world to say, hey, you got a degree, so all that garbage that we talk to, it don't matter. Ken just told you he can't tell you what happened when he pledged. You know why? Because that's a mark on you that you will always be loyal, because we got some stuff on you. I just want to ask this. When are we as indigenous, real, together, natural, intelligent people but going to become men and women of integrity and quit coming up for one another by saying, oh, that's my friend? See, ain't nobody doing nothing to us, darling. Everybody else is doing self-preservation. We the ones that sell out for two pieces of paper. One is called a degree and the other is called money. And you know what else? We go out to these institutions and we come back as Greeks. When are we, you all? When? Have a great day.
Thanks, Karen. You know, just to piggyback off of what we had spoke about at the 5 o'clock hour, we were talking about fraternities and sororities, whether they're black or white. Of course, you know, the color comes up. But I did look something up in some statistics. Are black Greek sororities historically more physical or physically violent when it comes to hazing versus the white Greek organizations? And according to the statistics, it shows that Black organizations are more prevalent in being physically violent when it comes to hazing. However, there are some other factors here. Alcohol-related hazing is less prevalent in Black Greek organizations versus white Greek organizations, which are far more prevalent. Now, I said that may have something to do with the budget because alcohol cost. However, there's another couple of line items here. Sexual hazing, less prevalent in the Black Greek organizations, more prevalent in the white Greek organizations. Now, if you were there and you don't agree, you can call in 773-591-1690. And prank hazing is less prevalent in the historically Black Greek organizations and more prevalent in the white ones. Now, I did ask about deaths because I was talking to Layla and Ken and on the break, and a friend of mine lost his son during a hazing incident. And it's been, by now it may have been about 17 years ago. So that gives you a timeline. And it really, to this day, it's hard for him to deal with it. However, that particular university had to pay a lawsuit because they were negligent and allowing this particular fraternity to continue with the hazing activities that have been going on and reported. And he finally took them to court. So these things do happen. And in this case that we read on the news article, it happened with a Secret Service agent. So I'm going to go to these phone lines. Let's get Lori. Lori's been waiting patiently, and I appreciate your patience, Miss Lori. You're on WVON.
Thank you, LaDonna and Ken, for taking my call. Am I clearly coming through?
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
You can come a little closer to the mic since we're on speakerphone. We hear you.
Let me
come to us.
I'll go straight to the phone, take out the earpiece. I just wanted to comment quickly on the hazing. Before I say that, I do agree with Ken about discipline in parenting and structure being true regardless of your background. I do think that it is system, it's a process, it's repeatable, and it's not happening enough in our community. But as far as the hazing incident, the things that stuck out to me in that article was, number one, the fact that we need to emphasize that this happened at an alumni chapter. And a lot of people who pursue Greek life, I'm sure as Ken can attest to, can tell you that there's a perception that going through an alumni chapter that you don't go through this rigorous hazing process. It was also alleged that these gentlemen were not active. And as again, Ken can confirm that being active meaning you're not financial, meaning you're a member, but you are not current in your dues. So
yeah, you don't have voting privileges.
But ergo, why are they participating in this process? And another thing, based on the points that you raised, LaDonna, unfortunately, a lot of these activities for Black fraternity came to happen off campus. I know at my university, and I'm sure this is true at a lot of PWIs, a lot of the Black fraternities do not have houses.
Yeah.
They don't have, and so guess what? They're consciously doing things off campus to get out under the umbrella of possibly the university being aware of their practices, which they frankly know are inappropriate. And lastly, what I would say is that having family members who went to undergrad, we're talking back in the 40s and 50s, 1940s, 1950s, and being a little one listening to them talk about their experiences, they talked a lot about challenges that challenged them mentally as far as their mental acuity, things that they had to go through. And they also talked about unfortunate things about either you could join certain organizations, but what does your father do? Or do you pass the paper bag test? I think that this violence, this is something that it devolved into. I don't think when we look at some of these founders, there were some of our pillars,
right?
Some of our, that is not how these organizations started.
I agree.
Now, I would surmise to think that they were at one time much more elitist in who could get in. Yep. And they set up different barriers, like, as I just alluded to, that my mom told me about, and aunts, things about bag tests and such, and what your dad did. And I think as, things got more progressive, these organizations started moving across the country, setting up chapters. There's a wonderful growth curve on all these entities, that they maybe possibly came up with more ways, more barriers. As then Kim used a phrase, you didn't want anybody sneaking into your fraternity. And for whatever reason, that devolved into violence, which is very, very unfortunate. And it's something that we need to get away from, because these organizations were designed, again, to help uplift our communities. And all our organizations, I don't care if it's D9, I don't care if it's NAACP, Urban League, or your little block club, you're supposed to be doing something to help your community. And that certainly does not, as you said, LaDonna, should not result in somebody having their kidneys fail.
Thank you so much, Ms. Lori.
Okay.
She was on point.
Yeah, absolutely on point. All right, guys, we're going to go to we're going to go to traffic and weather. We'll come back and we're going to go straight to the phone line so we can put a button on this conversation and this entire show. It's been a whirlwind. We'll be right back.
More from Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh coming up on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Shop small with Wintrust Bank and celebrate the heart of our community, our local businesses. Listen as we share a list of small businesses throughout our community that we can shop, dine, and support throughout the year. These businesses are the economic engine that drives our neighborhoods. Wintrust knows that. That's why they're Chicago's bank and why they're encouraging you to shop local. Keep listening for the Wintrust Community Business Spotlight campaign. With Wintrust, shopping small is a big deal.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only, not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Hey Alexa, play WVON 1690 AM.
Getting WVON 1690 AM station from iHeartRadio.
Try it out for yourself. America is listening to WVON.
This report is brought to you by RockAuto.com. A bent tie rod can quickly bring a drive to a halt. For parts needed to get back on the road, visit RockAuto.com. Find a wide selection of quality parts at reliably low prices, delivered right at your door. All the parts your car will ever need. Rock Auto.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Hope you're having a great day, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here is your traffic update. Dan Ryan, downtown at 95th, stop and go traffic 19 minutes. I-57 rides I-80, 2-minute delay, 16 minutes. Bishop Ward rides I-80, 94 slow go due to road work, 20 minutes. Stevenson, due Sable Lakeshore Drive. To the Tri-State, there is an accident on the left shoulder. Stevenson before First Avenue, 36 minutes. Eisenhower, Wolfton Post Office, stop and go traffic 38 minutes. Kennedy, downtown to O'Hare, stop and go traffic 40 minutes. And Eden's, Montrose Lake Cook, 2-minute delay, 18 minutes. Your weather for today, Chicago, cooler, less humid. High of 78 and a low of 67. Tomorrow, warm and dry. High of 83 and a low of 68. It's currently at 77 degrees and partly cloudy. That's your traffic and weather update now. I'm Logan Page on the Talk Chicago, WVON 1690 AM.
Now back to Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
All right, coming back real fast, guys. It's the afternoon show. We're going straight to the callers, but I tell you, somebody asked me what were my sites. So racism.org, that was one. The other one was papers.ssrn.com, Wake Forest University. These are all studies that were written. All right, guys, let's go straight to these phone lines. I'm going to go ahead and grab Ernest. Ernest, you're live on WVON.
How you doing?
What's up, brother Ernest? I don't know too many black Ernests, so This should be good.
Okay,
Why
well,
is
it's
everything black and
time
white?
you
Just
knew.
let Ernest
It
talk.
is a black station. I don't.
Can I talk, man?
Thank you.
Can I talk?
Hi, Ernest.
Ross Perot. My bad, Ernest.
I'm almost done with the AWS thing, and I have a roadmap for the black community. Get into STEMs, but specifically computer science and computer engineering. Get a certification from Red Hat. That's Red Hat Certified System Administrator. Get Red Hat Certified Engineer. Go to AWS, get a Cloud or AI cert, or Microsoft, get a Cloud or AI cert, or Google, get a Cloud or AI cert. Learn Linux, get a Security Plus certification, and you'll never go unemployed.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, those. I mean, that's good for like people that have the capacity, I should say, to go and get those certifications. But you're absolutely right. There's a higher profit margin in technology than there is in construction,
absolutely.
for sure. So we put the two together and they're light years apart.
Yep.
Thank
and
you,
Ernest. You know what? I thought we were gonna have Ernest play a role with us regarding the technology component. Like,
did you? I don't know.
Yeah, I want to get down with him.
All right. Well, you got
on
the
Fridays.
Ken Dunkin show, right? Okay. All right. Let's go to Darva. Let's get Darva. Darva, you're live on WVON.
Darva out getting petitions. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. The great Darva. Listen, I want to say this. We are focusing on some of the wrong things right now. So, yes, we are. I'm out here not just getting petitions. I'm out here getting people that want to run for alderman and people that want to work and support our young people. I'm hiring most of them to work as judges, and the ones that are juniors and seniors in high school. I'm also looking for young people that wants to go out and get signatures, also that wants to work on election day, and that wants to also check signatures, bind a check. So definitely I'm looking for people that they can do us at darmedia2000@gmail.com, DARM.
Hold on, Darva. You can't be marketing a political candidate.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, forgive me. Okay, I'm sorry. But anyway, I was hearing the conversation about the HBCs and things of that sort. I basically, it's really deeper than what we know, and I guess Sister Karen was trying to let us know. But it's so deep that I thought that most of my friends went to HBCs. Ken, I think you did too, didn't you?
Yes.
But the point I'm trying to make is that from what I'm understanding now, for real, that like Spelman and some of the other HBCs are not even owned by black people or not started by black people. I don't know. You all can let me know that if you do your research. And then I'm finding out, like she was saying, some of the HBCs that most of my friends went there, but she's kind of right. Because most time when you come home from college, and get a degree, sometimes you can't find a job, So what does that mean? That means why are we going to school to spend all this money? Or my daughter has a master's degree, and she can't even make the money my son has as a trade. So there are some things that we need to really focus on in our black communities, and I think it's the things that we need to focus on is getting our own everything. And what I mean by our own everything, why can't we get our own schools? Why can't we get our own universities? Why can't we get our own hospitals? Why can't we get our own everything?
When we try to get our own schools, people crap on how long it takes for you to get the doors open. They want to say that what you're doing is not real, even though it has the best intentions. You're spot on.
Thank you, Darva.
Thanks, Darva. We definitely need to get our own everything. I can appreciate that, but we gotta pull it together and put our money back into our community in order to do so. Because no money, no mission. No money, no honey. Let's go ahead and grab Maurice. Maurice, thank you so much for waiting. You're live on WVON, Maurice. Maurice. Okay, let's go to D. Oh, there he is. There you are.
Peace and blessings. How are y'all?
Doing swell-tastic.
Y'all got rising, Maurice.
Hey, peace and blessings always, man. Always. Peace and blessings. Peace and love. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all show. I just want to share how the narrative of the people who don't have our best interests we shouldn't be using, because my three sons, African American, I sent them all to college. 2 went to Bradley. 1 went to Illinois State. I told them, don't join fraternities. But it was because I didn't want them to be a follower in some of the hazing and negative things they do to people. You know, hell, the Q dogs, my friends showed me where they graze them with the iron and make a Q on them, you know, like a graze a cow or something, you know. So they burn the letters on them and stuff.
Absolutely.
But I just don't want to use the narrative of the MAGA who says, let's not do the elitist. Let's not follow the educated, even though Marjorie Taylor Greene and Vance and them went to colleges and elite colleges. So I don't want to use, just because 10% of most universities are Greek fraternities and sororities, I don't want to blanket and just say, hey, man, we need to be against African Americans who are educated in college. So that's where I hear a lot.
I appreciate
of us
that.
talking about like it's a us and them.
Yeah.
And they push their narrative and we repeat it.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. Let's go to D. D, you're live on WVON.
You had a great point. By
Hey,
the way.
thank you. And how are you two doing? Thanks for
Hey,
taking
how
my
are you?
call.
Thank you.
Hey, Fred. Hey, Fred.
I'm sorry.
I just wanted to say that you can't say, or you shouldn't say, you know, what does education do for you, and then turn around and tell someone to read a book. How does that work?
Wait, say that
How are
again,
you
Sarah.
gonna do? You can't say education doesn't do anything for you. It's not going to get you anywhere. It's not the key to success. And then turn around and tell people to read a book. That's what some of your callers. It doesn't make any sense. How you're going to read if you haven't been taught to read? You have to go somewhere and learn how to read.
I love that.
You
Thank
do
you.
that you do that in school.
Yeah.
And the fraternities and the sororities are not the cause of people having sex and abortions and rape and drinking. It's so many things that cause people to do that when they go to college. I mean, it is so many things.
Thanks,
But
Miss
you
D.
can't
We're out of
complain all
time.
these
We're out of
issues.
time. We are so out of time right now. But thank you so much, D. Guys, Layla Batiste.
Thank you.
In the building, y'all.
Yeah, we really appreciate having you here today.
Lovely.
Yeah,
Thank
we are so proud of you.
Close us
also,
out.
yeah.
Oh,
well,
I'll be
well
back
before
tomorrow, and we'll have a little bit more true crime to talk
Wait,
about.
what time?
I will be here 3
o'clock.
Make it 3:30.
All right, let's do it.
I need
Okay.
fuss time with
3:30
LaDonna.
because Ken has to argue.
With this one right here.
You've already picked that up, right? Yeah, I know.
And she got some juicy stuff tomorrow. It's like, whoa.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. Thank you so much for the comments on Facebook, sharing Facebook Live. Please, come on now. I definitely want to see those numbers go up with the number of shares to let people know that we're out here 63 years and counting. And, of course, you'll see us tomorrow, and you'll listen to us tomorrow. All right? That's it. LaDonna Raeh signing off. Ken Dunkin signing out. And Layla Batiste signing on. We'll be back tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.
Good evening, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here are your news headlines. Contractor remains missing after being trapped in suburban sewer. Power restoration underway after Chicago area storms. Save-A-Lot closures impact Chicago communities. Bears coach Ben Johnson is looking forward to helping Caleb Williams. And Chris Brown dog attack victim looks to inspect earnings from Usher tour. National news from the Black Information Network is up next on Chicago's only urban talk radio station, 1690 AM WVON, Berwyn, Chicago.
A public feud is growing in Texas politics as agricultural commissioner Sid Miller accuses Governor Greg Abbott of favoring the data center industry.
Millions of dollars from the data center. Go look at the Ethics Commission.
Miller claims Abbott's efforts to protect consumers are inadequate, pointing to recent campaign donations from business leaders tied to major data center projects. Tuskegee University has updated its student dress code and conduct policy, banning items such as bonnets, do-rags, bedroom slippers, and revealing clothing in classrooms and dining halls. University leaders say the changes are designed to promote professionalism, career readiness, and workplace expectations. And a federal judge in Virginia is ordering the FDA to review restrictions on the abortion pill mifepristone. The ruling stems from a lawsuit filed by several states, with the court finding the agency must take a closer look at regulations governing access to the medication. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app. Here's Terry McCready.
A primary runoff and a U.S. special election underway today in 2 states. In Georgia, 6 candidates are running to serve out the remaining term of late Democratic Congressman David Scott, who passed away in April. Scott served as the top Democrat on the House Agriculture Committee from 2021 until last year and was its first black chair. The contest in the Deep Blue District has 4 Democrats and 2 Republicans on the ballot. Meanwhile, in South Dakota, Republican voters will decide between Governor Larry Roden and businessman Toby Doden in the primary runoff for governor. The primary calendar kicking back into high gear next week with contests in Michigan, Kansas, Missouri, Virginia, and Washington. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries is pushing affordability as the #1 campaign issue heading into the midterms.
In 100 days, you can vote for an America that is affordable and lower the cost of groceries, gas, and housing. In 100 days, you can vote for an America where affordable health care is available to every single citizen.
Speaking at a weekend campaign event for Pennsylvania congressional candidate Bob Brooks, Jeffries